186 back again with the 103rd episode of the Overrated Podcast. And with me, obviously, as always, partner in crime, Traditionalist 101.
Uh, yep. Traditionalist 101's here, and I'm actually surprised that you played that intro because I thought you were just gonna stick with the other one.
Mm-hmm.
Because knowing you, I know how you love to take control over everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in shock that you actually played that one. So and and once again to my surprise, I'm just in disbelief that you don't like it, even though the crowd noise actually go with what you actually see what's going on. It actually matches perfectly. So I'm still in shock that you don't like it.
No, it's not that I like. I don't think it's better than what we originally had. I think the first one that Ryan Meadow, shout out to him. I think the first one he made was excellent. It just needed to be longer.
The
The
first one,
Yeah, the one with the Cammy intro.
okay.
That I thought that one was the best one. But you didn't
The
like
only
it.
the only difference with that is it just you didn't have the King DDD ring. That was it.
Yeah, and I was cool with that. I all I wanted was a simple. All I wanted was a simple intro. That's it. And I mean, I didn't ask him for it. Like it was just something that he did out of the kindness of his heart. So props to him. But like I said, I understand wanting to spouse things up and add things, and I think the addition of the ring is perfectly fine. I love the addition of the ring. I obviously I love the NBA Jam music. And then when he added when you asked, did you ask him for the crowd noise or did he do it on his own?
We just talked about it. Like I
Yeah,
said, oh, how cool it would be to have it. But I didn't tell him to do it. He
yeah,
did it on his own when I mentioned it.
yeah. And truth be told, I don't like it because I think it's just too much. But I mean, I said effort, man. Might as well.
What do you mean by too
Might as well.
much?
No, I just don't think it's needed. I don't think it's necessary. It's a visual medium, and the crowd noise doesn't add anything because we don't have any noises on our podcast outside of us. We don't have any soundboard. We don't have anything. We don't have anything like that. It's just two guys talking. And if you're watching, you see what's going on. You don't need crowd noise every time you see this and that. But like I said, if it's something that you wanted, I decided to put it on there. So we have pretty much two intros that are similar. It just had different things in it.
Okay. I mean, awesome that you played it, but to say that the original, the first one was better, I just don't understand that. To me,
No,
I think it's
I,
just too plain and bland and boring.
no, definitely not playing. It's definitely not playing. It's an intro. That's what it is. It's a chill, cool intro. That's really all I wanted. I didn't want any. I didn't need anything production. I didn't need no high value production or anything like that. But there's something that you guys agreed upon, and I'm like, all right, as long as we can get the podcast going, I don't really care at the end of the day. So
It's actually it's actually shorter than our original, the one with
yeah.
with your Kim, no, not Kim. Oh no, I think it is Kim's stage, Kim's remix stage. Him and
Mhm.
Alex. Yeah, it's actually shorter than
It
your
is
original.
it is technically the shortest intro we have currently. Yeah, it is the shortest one. But yeah, like over time we'll have multiple intros, so it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, so how was your weekend?
Oh, my weekend's been great. I officially became I officially became a deacon, and
Oh,
at my church.
congratulations.
Um, yeah, don't act surprised. 'Cause I put it in the chat. You just didn't care about it. That's why.
No, I didn't read it. Yeah,
Yeah, you didn't
I didn't read
exactly.
it.
Yeah, you didn't care about it. Yeah,
No, like I
yeah,
mean I
that's
didn't
exactly what it was. No. You didn't care about it because you knew the video was there,
I didn't
and
watch the
you
video.
didn't want to play it.
What
because,
video?
huh?
What video?
The video of the promotion. Look, like I understand that since it's church, you don't care about that stuff, and that's why you didn't want to play it. That's why you didn't want to partake in it, and
No,
all that. So I get it.
I was probably busy living my life.
No, because you had responded afterwards. So
What
no,
did I? What did I
don't
say?
give me that garbage.
What did I say?
All right, let me look for it right now.
Mm.
Let me look for it right now. Since you want me to expose you,
No, it's not about exposing. I didn't see it.
of course you didn't see it. Of course, yeah, of course.
Okay, but I'm here telling you congratulations,
You didn't see it. Okay.
and here I'm telling you congratulations, and we have to have an argument over it.
We're not having an argument. We're not having an argument. Can't. I just want you to admit that it was something that you didn't care for, and that's why you didn't want to respond to it because we know how you hate church.
Just because I don't like church, I don't like going to church. I mean that I wouldn't be happy with anything good that happens to you. That's what you think.
Well, once yeah, see you responded to Randy's question,
Mm-hmm.
and you pretty much ignored everything else.
All right. So did Randy ask me a question?
He asked me and you a question about I think yeah, about the Mission Impossible. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah.
About
Okay.
the Mission Impossible. So you were not busy. So you were not like busy doing stuff. You were there. Like you were actually there, but you just choose to ignore the video, which is fine. Look, I'm not trying to have an argument. I'm just exposing the facts that you were not busy. You were aware that the video was
How
there,
do you know?
but
How you know? How you know I wasn't busy?
but you choose no, because that was the excuse that you used of why you didn't respond.
Well, why?
But you clearly respond to
Why?
Randy's question.
But why did you assume that I wasn't busy?
So then don't use that as an excuse of why you didn't
Why did
respond to
you
my
assume?
video.
Why did you assume I wasn't busy?
Because you respond to Randy.
Okay, and
Okay, that means you weren't busy.
maybe when I responded to Randy, I wasn't busy.
Come on, dude. Come on, have enough. Come on, have enough. Well, why can't you just admit that you got caught? That
Caught doing what?
That to you.
Caught doing what?
That this is something that you
Caught
don't care
doing
for.
what?
That
Caught
this
doing
is
what?
Hold on. This is something that you don't care for,
Mhm.
and which is fine. Like, look,
So
I would not have never expect like something like this, right? When it comes to just religion in general, I don't expect you or Jabanis or even Mr. B, for that matter, and and I forgot who else I was going to mention. That you guys, wouldn't care about this stuff. Yeah, and I don't blame them. Now, Rand, I don't think did Randy say anything? I think Randy said something also. Yeah, and Rudolphi did too, but you were the only one that did not. So look, I'm not upset with you. All I'm saying is that when you had the opportunity to respond, you choose not to respond to me, but you respond to Randy. That's what I'm saying.
So me saying congratulations don't mean anything to you.
No. Now, absolutely, and I appreciate it. But
No, I'm taking it back now. Don't worry about it now. Don't worry about it now.
If you want to take it back, that's fine. But it just further along proves my point that
it doesn't prove your point because here's what it is, and after this, then we're gonna move on. But here's the thing.
Okay.
Just because I don't, just because I'm not the churchgoer that you are, doesn't mean that I'm not.
No. But you don't like it. You don't like it.
Just because I'm not the churchgoer that you are, doesn't mean that I'm not happy for you when something good happens to you.
No, you don't like it.
It's not about whether I like it or not. The fact is that if you're succeeding, I'm happy for you. So, but instead of accepting the thank you, you have to pick a fight with me.
No, I was see this is what you do. This is what you do. You saying that I'm picking up a fight. Well, all I did was just addressing that everyone congratulated me or mentioned it except you.
And I did it. I did it just now.
And you did it just now. So thank you. No, you can stop. You can stop. I appreciate it. Thank you, Hoovy.
No, I wish that was the first thing you said. You wasted 5 minutes of my time wasted 5 minutes of my time when you know I have to go to work. You wasted 5 minutes of my time trying to expose me.
Yeah, which I did. Look, it's fine, fine. It's fine. But I appreciate that you congratulating me now, and as a friend, yes, it does mean a lot, and I appreciate it. I wanted to mention it on the Discord, but I, s- I said to myself, the only person that would probably respond would be David and nobody else. So because because let's be honest, in that Discord is full of atheists and agnostics in that Discord. So the only other person that probably would have acknowledged it, would have been David. So everybody. So that's why I didn't bother putting it there. But even in the non-space area.
Okay.
But anyway, so yeah, so that happened with me, and I just want to say that I just thank God that I actually have that opportunity. It's going to be a lot of responsibility, but I've been seeing all the hard work and the dedication and the consistency is actually is helping me progress, pretty much. So I became a leader in the Love Life ministry, and now I'm a deacon at the church. So like things are just going uphill for me for right now. So which I'm happy about. It's definitely a pleasure serving the Lord, and I'm going to continue to do so going forward. So how was your weekend?
It was actually pretty good. I bought a new phone.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You need to tell everybody what you got, and I'm glad you didn't go the cheap route. So go ahead.
I actually did go to cheap. Well, I could have gone the cheaper route, but I bought me a Galaxy A14. It's a Metro phone. So it's like I remember back in the day when I used to buy. Now I haven't told. I don't think I told you the story before, but I haven't told everyone else here. When I was around, I want to say 23, 24, right? I really didn't give a shit about smartphones. Didn't care. I had a Boost Mobile. I had a kind of like a Nokia type Boost Mobile. Boost Mobile, no smart screen, no nothing. I really did not care.
Mm-hmm.
Now one day, my youngest sister, came up to me and told me, "Hey, you want to go to Sprint?" I guess she needed someone. She needed someone help to upgrade to an because she wanted to buy an iPhone. I totally forgot which iPhone she wanted to get, right? But she wanted an iPhone, right? So
Yeah.
she convinced me to join her in the plan to where we can get she can upgrade to an iPhone and then I can get a smartphone of my own. So we went to Sprint. It was at Sawgrass. So we went to
Mm-hmm.
Sprint and I was looking around because like I said, I wasn't into smartphones at all. So I was just like, okay, let me get this. It was the Evo, right? Back in the day, Evos were popular.
HTC. Yeah.
Yeah, the Evo. Yeah. So I got that phone, right? I think I got the last one in the store, right? My sister wanted to get the iPhone, but they had no more.
Mm-hmm.
So then she was like, okay, fine. They told her once we get more in stock, you can switch phones after a while. So she was like, oh, let me get the Evo, and they told him I have that. I had the last one. So that's when I so yeah. So that was the first time I ever got a smartphone with the Evo, and then after a while I upgraded to a Galaxy. I forgot which one I had, but I had I had a premium phone, right? But after a while, after the price went up, and it's like Sprint. I had the disaster with Sprint, so I was like, "F it, I'm done." And I think I went back to Boost Mobile first, and then I went back to Metro. So I don't buy the high end phone, right? Like I know obviously iPhone's still popular, and they have this Galaxy flip phone that all of a sudden is pretty much the newest phone and is very popular. I just decided, I had a Motorola before. It was having issues on me, so I decided, let me go to Galaxy. Yes, it's the cheaper model, but I like the phone a lot. I did some cool stuff with it, so I'm happy about it.
Don't they have this new Galaxy phone where I think it flips and it goes into a tablet?
Bro, I just said that.
No, no, the one that turns into a tablet. I don't
Mm,
think we're talking about the same thing.
okay. Oh no, and then I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Um, I don't know. Anyone in the chat can
Yeah, I think it's the one that it kind of goes turns into a tablet. The one that you're talking about is the one I'm assuming the one that you're talking about where it folds and
Yeah,
it almost has the same shape as the Game Boy SP.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one is actually pretty cool. Like it really reminded me of about the Game Boy SP at the time.
Yeah.
That thing looked awesome, and I think it does add somewhat of a protection. But the only thing I didn't like about it is that even when you use the phone, you could still see the part where it's folded.
Yeah.
You could still kind of see it on the screen, and I don't really like that too much. Like if they could just make that part
So
go
you want it to
away.
be you wait, so you want it to be just flat, just the surface, that's it.
If they could somehow make it more transparent to where you can't really see it at all, I would definitely buy one.
Hmm, that's
I would
interesting.
definitely buy one because I think having bringing back the whole flip model, but in a touch screen
Hmm.
format. I think that's really interesting. I think that's a very interesting combination. I think it's just pretty cool. You flip it, and it's a smart screen instead of one of those old Motorola junky phones. I remember
Yeah.
back in the day when we were all in high school. Man, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lee.
Um I think I did something else, but I don't remember. So if it clearly wasn't that important. Let's read some comments. Malta's in the chat. What's going on? Oh, shout out to Nolan. Nolan, first guy here. Shout out to Nolan.
Nolan's first. Yes. What's up, brother?
And Joe. Shout out to Joe. I heard that your car got stranded. Um, I was meaning to call you, but I got busy, so I didn't get a chance to. But hopefully your car is doing fine. And as you can
Yeah,
see,
yeah. When
yeah,
he actually called me when I went over, and I kind of pushed his car so that way it could out of the because it was full of water everywhere, so kind of got to dry land, if you will. But
Oh, so
he had
so yeah,
already, huh?
I know he called. I know you called a tow truck. And were you able to push his car out, or did you wait for a
No,
tow truck?
no, we pushed the car out only a few feet.
Yeah,
Not very far. And then we just stayed in and we chilled, and then this girl came. She asked for help, and it was just a mess. Like seeing there were like I think there was about like 3 or 4 cars behind us
yeah,
um that they were stranded also. So it was like, man, that rain just came out of nowhere. I just couldn't believe it. My shoes got wet, and the next day, man, they smelled bad. They smelled awful. Like it was a huge stench. And because I couldn't figure out what the smell was coming from. And then I sit down, and then the smell just really hit my nose. Like it just really got a good whiff of it. I'm like, oh crap! I just realized that. Then I realized that it was from the water. When I was stepping on the portal, I was going to where was I going? I was going to Brasmart, and that parking lot was flooded. The water completely passed my ankle. So,
yeah,
but I got it to the wash, and that was fine. So yeah, that was just a crazy. That was a crazy week also.
yeah. All right. So Moses said that I'm going to post some videos of my band playing gigs in the group chat tomorrow if you want to watch the rock and roll action. Yeah, looking forward to it, bro.
Yeah,
Uh,
sure, yeah, we'll do it. Absolutely, do it.
so Ruben's in the chat. What's going on, man?
What's up,
And
Ruben? How's it going?
yeah, so
Whitney, where's Whitney at? He said
no,
hi to Whit.
she's not in the chat though.
Oh, she's not in the chat.
Um, I'm happy for you, Steve, but stop trying to force us into God to believe in God.
Well, okay, I'm not. I'm not. I First off, Malta, I didn't try to force you to believe in anything. All you said was, I don't believe in God, and I was just curious to why don't you believe? And then that's when David had asked you, where do you think, where we came from, or what does life mean to you? But you and Joe couldn't really provide an answer when it comes to life in general. And I don't and it's I thought it was also funny how Hoovy didn't want to partake in the conversation either. So you know.
No, not about partaking in a in a topic. Why should I partake? Why should I partake in this in the conversation?
Yeah, I just knew that you wouldn't.
No,
That's all.
why would if I wanted to I would, but why should I?
You always have before.
I mean, that doesn't mean I'm not going to again.
That's fine.
So so what? You're mad? You're mad that I didn't participate?
No, no, no. I was a little surprised, but then I said, wait a minute, this is a different topic. So yeah, he's not going to, which is fine. Not gonna-
You do realize that I have a life outside of Discord. I have a life outside of the podcast. I have a life outside of your existence. You do realize that, right?
What does that have to do with anything?
I mean, you every time I don't reply, you get upset.
I don't. I'm not. What? Who says I'm upset? I'm not upset about anything. It
I
just
don't
see
know.
you did this is the second time you did this again already in a
Hmm.
matter of 15 minutes. I
Hmm.
address something and it automatically means that I'm upset with you
I
because I'm
mean,
addressing it.
if it was not if it wasn't a big deal, why address it?
No, all I said was I was surprised that you didn't partake in something that you always talk about because in the other chat you always respond to anything I say and always want to pick a fight with me.
No, that's not
In
true.
in in in
That's
the in
not
the
true at
in the
all. Because
in the in the Discord.
we no. You don't lie because we just had a conversation about me not commenting on you becoming a deacon in the WhatsApp chat,
Hmm.
and then now you're trying to pick a fight with me again regarding not responding in the Discord chat.
The Discord chat was something
Oh,
that
I know exactly what I was going to talk about. But go ahead, continue.
yeah, the Discord was a conversation that obviously involved me, David, Jabanis, Malta. So I assumed that you were eventually going to time in on it because because look, every time when I mention something, either Jabanis will just call me an idiot, and then you will respond in some way or fashion on a voice note on WhatsApp. So I was just assuming that this time you was probably going to partake, but you didn't. But like I said, it's fine. That's why I'm not upset. It's fine that you didn't want to partake. It's fine.
I just don't understand why it has to be mentioned.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Oh yeah, I did remember what one thing I did. I want to give a shout out to Jay Barry, Persona, and there's another guy involved. I forgot his name. I sincerely apologize. They run online tournaments for fighting games, and they did one over the weekend with Street Fighter Six. Go to his channel, check it out. It's good stuff. Good stuff.
Who's the
So,
guy?
Jay Barry.
Jay Bari.
Yeah.
He streams it on
Yeah,
Twitch.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So let's continue reading. Oh, crazy story. So you were cool with your younger siblings at one point. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The thing is, that I don't hate my younger sibling.
Hold on, Ruben. He doesn't hate them. He hates everybody else.
No, I don't hate anybody.
Okay, you dislike them.
That's more like it.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I mean, my younger sister, we always get into arguments, but it was it's brother sister stuff. It's brother sister stuff. All right, so let me see. All right, Rosemary's in the chat. What's going on, girl? How you doing?
Hey, what's up?
And Malta said, I think we should talk in channels that aren't only no safe zone channel. I mean, I have multiple channels in there. There's multiple channels in the Discord. So if
Well,
you,
there's multiple channels in the Discord, but nobody says anything on them anymore. We've only
oh,
been talking in a non-safe space.
yeah, and Malta, if you want to show off your stuff regarding your band, there is a spot for it. There is a spot for it in the Discord. So yeah, and critical drops in the chat. What's going on, bro?
I
Uh,
actually want to give a shout out to Critical Drop because he did mention something that I did kind of wanted to talk about, but we could do it next week since
yeah.
we're running out of time. Yeah, Evo is this weekend. Man, I am so looking forward for Evo. I think the reason why I never been this so excited is probably because of me going to CEO, how great of experience I had. But with Evo, coming up, man, I'm definitely looking forward to it. The only problem is that uh, and that's the issue I kind of had with CEO also is that
Mhm.
so many games are running, at the exact same time.
Yeah.
It's just impossible. It's just really impossible for you to watch them all. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's still a great experience. Don't get me wrong, but
Let me,
if go ahead,
let me ask you a quick question. Is CEO next year going to be in Orlando or Jacksonville?
CEO is going to be in the same place, Daytona Beach.
Daytona? Okay, okay, okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I know if it was in, like I'm obviously gonna try to go next year, but if it was in Orlando, I would that would have been definitely I would have gone.
I mean it's only like an hour away from Daytona. What was the difference?
An hour, the hour. That's the difference.
Mm, okay.
Anyway, yeah, yeah. So you were mentioning about Evo. Yeah, definitely. I didn't realize it was this weekend, but yeah, it's gonna be a great weekend. Definitely gonna be a great weekend. I'm expecting some announcements. Definitely expecting some announcements. Um, I think I hope and yes, Steve, I'm also praying that we get to see Marker the Wolves 2 there. Now, if for those of you who don't know what that is, Garo Marker the Wolves is technically the last Fatal Fury game that they made.
Yep.
Technically the last one. So and they teased a second one I think last year I think they teased the last year or 2 years ago they teased a second game. And we need we need we need Mark of the Wolves too. We need that. I need that. And I'm hoping we get an announcement for that this year. And then Critical Drop said that CEO is gonna be 2025 is gonna be in Orlando. Okay.
Yeah, 2025.
Okay.
I'm assuming if you don't go to next year, that you will absolutely go to 2025.
Yeah, but the goal is to go next year. That's the goal.
Okay.
So yeah. Let me see. Hold on. Ruben said that Daytona easier to get to than Orlando. You can stay on 95 and get to Daytona. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true.
But I don't know, man. Like getting to Orlando is not is to me. Orlando is a lot easier. Is an easier trip for me personally.
What?
I I
Why you
I,
go?
I I've driven to Orlando and I've driven to Daytona. Like Daytona is no joke.
But it's just I-95. You just go straight up.
Yeah, but it's a long fucking drive. We're not gonna pretend it's not. We're not gonna pretend that Daytona is an easy drive.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any problems going up there. It was definitely easy for me.
Yeah, I rather be in Orlando personally. But anyway, enough chit chat. Let's get to the main topic.
All right, so we could go to the meat and potatoes when it comes to this stuff. And oh my goodness, guys, let me tell you, when I saw this article, I immediately shared it to Hoovy 186. Apparently, my brother didn't know about it, until I got home.
Hmm.
But I am in shocked. I am disappointed, and frankly, now I'm actually kind of happy with all this has been going on. I'm actually thrilled and happy that I haven't been watching any of ESPN shows because that I mean ESPN is just going to go downhill from here. They are they're replacing elite broadcasters and analysts, with mediocre guys. They are if you're going to lay people off. My thing has always been if you're going to lay people off, at, at least try your best to at least keep the good ones. To keep the good ones, at least keep the principle of the people who have seniority, keep them. They put all of the hard work, all the years that they put in into the company, trying to be good, trying to stay relevant, and you still get rid of them anyway. Like to me, it seems like it seems like whoever is the higher ups, then they honestly don't know what they're doing. They honestly don't know what they're doing. So we discovered, I mean, at least I discovered, recently that Mark Jackson, I'm going to share it here, has been fired or lay off, whatever you like to use. Let me see, where's the article here? Okay, right here. Can you see it?
You're right here.
Okay, so Mike Green sad and stunned over Jeff Van Gundy, Mark Jackson, ESPN firings. So as let's just read this real quick, and I have a couple of things to say after I read this article. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but let's see what's going on here. So Mike Green called 15 NBA finals with Jeff Van Gundy and Mark Jackson. So 15 years, like you put in all of these years, all of this work, um, involved not just in regular season, but in the playoffs and in the NBA finals, and they decide to let you go. Like clearly, seniority does means absolutely nothing to ESPN. Let's continue. The trio were synonymous with the sport's biggest event, but ESPN decided to end the broadcast team by firing Jeff Van Gundy in late June, and now Jackson on Monday, which was yesterday. So this was very recent. This left Breen stunned and disappointed. It's sad because we really thought we had something special that's going to be the thought going forward is that we were able to do it a lot longer than anybody ever did. Breen told the Post, it's something we'll all treasure, but we just wish it was a little bit longer. You don't expect it because it was such a great team, and to have it completely broken up was a surprise. Did you think the trio was a good team in your opinion?
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay, so that means you didn't really care. To me, the reason why I love this trio so much, Brain, he's fantastic. Brain, he's really good.
I agree. He is among the best NBA announcers that we've had.
Oh, you,
My favorite is Kevin Harlan, but Breen is definitely up there.
yeah, dude, Kevin Harlan is everybody's favorite.
Mhm.
Yeah, call it, and the guy that recently retired, Marv Albert, I think his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. I liked him too, but yeah, that guy was king. But the reason why I had always liked these two, now you might disagree with this, but the reason why I like these two so much is because they added a different flavor when it comes to like play by play, because they say a lot of things that's very controversial. They will call out officials. So I always felt that I had a tiny glimpse of what you would probably see with Charles Barkley and Shaq. Well, they will speak their mind. They could say whatever they want without any type of repercussions whatsoever. You don't really get that anywhere else. And I think that these two delivered the exact same thing that Charles and Shaq would do on TNT. Now, you say that you don't really care about them, but I'm just giving you a reason why I thought this duo here. Now, he's great. Like he's like in his own atmosphere and stratosphere. But I love these two together because they would argue while the game is going on, talk about, oh, was this a foul or not? What yada yada, going back and forth,
So two
and
old guys arguing. That's what you missed.
it was absolutely a different flavor than what you would get in the regular game play by play, because and most of the time it is, I mean, it's not exciting. It's not. These two made it interesting. If you see an official make a really bad call and you call them out on it, that's what I like. That's what I like. And look, we see a lot of different sports avenues do the exact same thing. Like for example, when Joe Rogan would do that when he'll call out an official if they do something wrong, or if they didn't catch a mistake, like he'll call out like you. I appreciate stuff like that.
I feel like a lot of guys do that. I don't think that.
I don't
I don't
I don't
think
I
that's
don't think
special.
so.
I don't think that's special between Mark and Van Gundy. I just think the thing that a lot of people like is that they're just two old guys arguing.
No,
That's all it is.
I disagree. I don't think it's just them just argue just for the sake of arguing. Like I don't think you're making it seem like what they do is pretty much like Stephen A. and Skip Bayless. That's what you're making it seem
I
like.
mean,
Like,
it's all
it's
noise
not
at the
like
end of
that.
the day. As far as I'm concerned, it's all noise at the end of the day.
As long as they bring substance and it makes sense, then everything should be fine after that,
All right,
regardless if they're arguing or not.
I
But
guess.
that's why I always appreciated them. If and yes, if you want to say, oh well, they're arguing, or they just want to cause all disputing about this call or that call. Like if you want to complain about
No,
that, I mean,
no,
if they're not doing it often, then I think it should be fine.
it's not that. It's just that you're acting like these. Like again, based on their longevity, yeah, they're a all time team. But at the end of the day, they're not special. They're not, especially Mark Jackson. They're not special.
Hands
They're
down,
replaceable.
man down. Come
Yeah,
on, man.
yeah, that's nice. But
That's a cool phrase, man. Come
I
on,
also
man.
no, it is. I also heard this guy tell LeBron James when he was getting a cramp that he should tell his body not to get a cramp. Like that's not the type of analysis that I want to hear.
No, I think what he come on, having like come on, like to think about it. What he mean is try to fight through it. That's what he's trying to say.
That's what he should.
Try to fight through the pain and
That's
the
what he should have said.
agony that you're going through in the particular game because this is the NBA Finals. Like
That's what he should.
if you could fight through it, is no different than if you're having an injury. You got to try to fight through it if you can.
And I wish he had said that instead of what he just said. What he said.
It's the same meaning, Hovey. Come on,
You're
you're nitpicking. You're nitpicking.
Come
You're
on,
nitpicking.
continue.
All right. So let me see. Where was I? Let me see. ESPN is expected to promote Doris Bro. Okay, this is something else I also wanted to address. I think Doris is great. I think she's good. She actually knows her basketball. She knows her history, and I think she's actually going to be good for this new crew. The other person who I'm not happy with is look. Let me read it first. And hire Doc Rivers and put them next to Breen, who declined to comment on his potential new partners as it's not official. Now, you could say all you want that the three of them as a combination is not special. This is what I call is not special. As great as Doris is, having her in the combination with Doc Rivers, that's not special to me. You're going to lay off these two guys, and your replacement is going to be Doris and Doc Rivers, and especially Doc Rivers. You know what people have been saying about Doc Rivers lately? Is the same complaint that you have over the years, especially in recent past, when you talk about Shaq. Oh, I could barely hear what the guy is saying. I could never understand what he's talking about. He has such a weird, deep, type of voice. A lot of people complain the people use that on Doc Rivers a lot. A lot. Now, I don't know if you agree with it, but
No, well,
go ahead.
Let me say this about Doc Rivers. Now, first off, when it comes to Doris Burke, Molta is absolutely right. She's a legend. We don't tolerate no Doris Burke slander anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We respect Doris Burke. All right. Now, when it comes to Doc Rivers, this is not the first time he's done commentary work. He's done commentary before.
Yeah, I know. He did the finals with LA and Detroit, I remember.
Yeah, and if you remember correctly, his voice was completely normal. Completely normal. I can hear everything he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I get it. He's been coaching. I'm sure he's been yelling a lot. But I mean, I don't know, man. Like he need to get some lozenges or something. Because
wait. What? Go ahead. I want to finish you.
Like, I don't know how that voice can survive an entire like it probably can, but I don't know how that voice can go through an entire season. I don't know how that can go through an entire season.
Okay, so the people complaining about his voice, so you actually think it's legit?
Yeah, because like I said before, when he when he did it before, when he in his younger years, he sounded completely no. He's dude. I'm telling you, you listen to him talk now, you listen
Yes.
to him talk back then. They sound like two different people. They do.
Oh man. Okay,
So,
okay. Yeah. So um and look, if you and me and so many other fans who listen to Doc Rivers over the years can identify that, there's absolutely no way you cannot expect me to believe that they didn't know that either. Like, come on now. And look, I now the whole thing with Shaq, I understand what you said about Shaq, how you can't understand, what Shaq is saying, and I think you even said that you still can't even understand him now.
yeah.
But so I could completely understand the whole thing with Shaq. The only difference between Shaq and Doc Rivers, though, is that Shaq has done so much for the league. The guy is iconic. He adds a different, again, he adds a different flavor, especially when there is arguments with him and Charles Barkley. It makes the show, it makes the show better. So I could understand.
But they're not commentating. They're doing a student commentary is a very difficult is a very different thing. Very different. And frankly, I don't care how much Shaq has done for the league. He can't do that job.
Well, commentating.
Yeah, he can't do that job.
You don't think he could do the job,
No,
and it's only because of his voice.
I mean that's part of it.
Well,
But
well, okay. Well, I mean, so it's not wrong that I'm comparing it with Doc Rivers either.
I
Because
mean,
because if you saying that his voice got so bad where it sounds like two different people, then he shouldn't be qualified to do this job either.
look, as far as I'm concerned, it like I would much rather have him than Kendrick Perkins. I'm just being real.
Why? Because of his deep breaths.
No, because he don't know what the hell he's talking about.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. I thought you was going to address either his voice or his deep breath. A
No,
lot
you
of
know what
people
the hell he's
complain
talking
about
about.
a
Like
lot of. Go ahead.
I'm surprised that JJ Redick didn't get a chance. Did get a chance to be on the broadcast.
Hmm.
I think he's good. And then after that, I don't really know if they have anybody else. You know, and shout out to my sister. She's commenting in the chat. Bring back Jeff Van Gundy.
Oh yes, that's right. That's right. When it was going on, sis.
Look, I will say this: between the two, I think Jeff is a easier listen than Mark Jackson.
Really.
Yeah, I think Jackson. I don't think he's bad, but I don't learn anything watching him when I listen to him. I'm not learning anything. I do feel like when it comes to Jeff, I think Jeff is better at it. I will say this: I think Stan Van Gundy, his brother, I think he's better. I think he's better than both of them.
Better than Jeff. Let me see. That's a tough one. I
And,
would
and,
say that it's a draw between the two. I think it's a stalemate. In my
I
opinion.
don't know. I don't know if he's. I don't know if Stan is great because next to Reggie Miller, who's garbage, he makes up for it. But
You think Reggie Miller's garbage?
that dude sucks at commentary, bro. That
What?
dude stinks.
Are you only saying it because I'm a huge Reggie Miller fan, or
No,
okay,
no.
okay?
But that dude, he's not good at commentary, bro. He's not. He's not good at commentary.
Oh man.
So,
Oh man.
but overall, like to me, my opinion, I don't really care to be honest with you. I really don't.
Wow.
Like, I'm happy
Oh,
for.
wait. Hold on, hold on. Wait, I'm going to assume why. It's because these guys are rich and they have money. That's why you don't care.
Well, I mean that's part of it, but like,
See, this is what I don't get about you, man. Just because they have money and they make you millions. Also, I'm going to feel less sympathetic, for them. Oh, because these guys have money anyway. Oh, they'll be
I'm,
fine. Regardless if you are making 1 million a year, 100,000 a year, losing a job is not fun. Losing a job is not good. Regardless if it's 100k, 60k, or $1 million, or how these crazy contracts with 20 million a year or 10 million a year, you still got to provide for your family anyway.
Understood, but they have the money to provide for their family. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
That's messed up on your part. Well, let me
It's
let
not
me let
fucked
me let
up.
me continue.
I'm just saying. I just don't feel bad because at the end of the day, like the broadcast was fine. It was nothing special. It's fine. I'm happy for Doris Burke because she deserves it. And
Mhm.
like Doc used to do it. I just hope that his voice can survive the year. I just hope that his voice can
Uh,
survive.
all right. Well, let's continue on so we can move on to the next topic. The trio has known each other for 3 decades, dating back when Breen was the Knicks radio voice in the 90s, Van Gundy an assistant coach, and Jackson a point guard. Breen described the two men as brothers to him.
Yeah, that's
Um,
right. They were at one point. They were all in the same organization. That's crazy.
yeah,
Man, that's crazy.
they were a dream. They were the dream partners. Breen said all the accomplishments were because of what we did together. I really do feel personally any success I had was because I had those two guys next to me. They were just provided everything you would want in an analyst. They're smart, they're funny. Yes, I agree with that too. They're knowledgeable about the sport. That's what you disagree with.
No, I didn't
You,
say they weren't knowledgeable about the sport. It's just that the way that they, at least when it comes to Jackson, the way that they communicated it, I didn't find it anything. I didn't find it special.
they're opinionated. This is what I like so much. And to me, you might disagree, but I don't see anybody else do what they do, being very opinionated, speaking their mind. I don't know anybody else that does that. Now, if you could identify who I'm missing, then let me know and I'll apologize and I'll give them credit for it. But I don't know anybody else that are very opinionated. Those two guys and speak their mind like any way they want, similar to how Charles and Shaq does it. Like I don't see anybody else that do that. But anyway, they love their sport, but it's not afraid to criticize. They just had a little bit of everything, which is why I think they're very special. Let me see what else is important. There's something that's important. The other part of it is the personal part, and that's tougher. Now we're going to be friends until we die. Those guys taught me so much about what I know about the NBA. I've learned more from those two than anybody. But they're also taught me about stuff that has nothing to do with basketball. All right, yeah, this stuff is not important. I'm talking. I want the I thought I saw when Mark Jackson had talked about his let me see reaction. Bream said Mark Instagram thing. The thing he finds the service no longer need. Okay. So the two of them showed the kind of man they are by the way they reached to this. Breen said Mark's Instagram thing the day he finds out that his services are no longer needed. What he wrote shows you what he's all about. He's a man of faith. He's a man of class, and for him to take it that way, and to talk about what he was feeling, I thought was extraordinary. There's been speculation. Now, this is just rumors. These are just fans of talk. People just talking and whatnot, and people was trying to figure out why did they wait so long if they were going to fire Mark Jackson anyway. Like, if you knew that this was going to happen, why didn't you just fire him along with with Jeff Van Gundy and with everybody else? Why did you wait so long to to fire Mark Jackson? And what people have been saying now, I don't believe this. A lot of people are saying that the reason why they got rid of Mark Jackson and Van Gundy, for that matter, is because that they were too controversial when they do their play-by-plays, when they're calling out the officials and things like that. What a lot of people are assuming is that I guess the guys behind the scenes, the people who are in a higher class, I guess, don't like the fact that they will call out the NBA, they will call out the officials being very controversial.
Oh, I'll
They,
say this.
huh?
Like it may be true, may not be true, but they were there for 15 years, so not there's nothing. I don't buy that at all because you have a company that is literally like laying off everybody. So why would this be the reason why they would why would that be the reason why they would lay off those guys?
Well, I agree with you there because I don't necessarily think that's the reason. And you had some guys they're thinking that, oh, the reason why is because of his faith. And as much as I know that ESPN or Disney are far, far, far left, I don't think that's the reason either. I don't think his faith has anything to do with why he got fired. I don't think him being a religious person like I am, being faithful, believing in Jesus Christ. I don't think that has anything to do with his firing either. A lot of people think that it does, with the combination of um of him being controversial and his takes and his commentary. But I don't think neither of those is the reason why he got fired. Now, is it a possibility? Okay, sure.
No, no, no.
Oh, you say no.
Those people are stupid. Those people are stupid because
Uh,
his religion, his faith, it was not a secret to them. The reason why he got fired because everyone else, pretty much everyone else there got fired. That's the only reason. And if it came to controversy, I
mhm.
mean, his brother, Van Gundy's brother Stan, is far more controversial. Hell, that was the reason why he didn't get jobs on TV
Who
because
Stan?
yeah,
Okay.
because he had problems with David Stern, and David Stern used his power to keep him off of TV when he wasn't coaching.
David Stern did that to him.
Hmm.
Hmm. That's interesting. That's it. Do
So
you do you remember what was the like? Can you like give an example, or you can't remember?
like Stan would always criticize the league or criticize the referees and stuff like that. Like, and I mean, if you talk about a guy who's not going to hold his tongue, like Stan definitely won't do that. Like his like Jeff will be at least diplomatic about it. Like if it's something that he's really passionate about, yeah, he'll say something. But when it comes to like Stan, he'll say it. He'll say it. He
Well,
will.
I mean, Jeff and Gundy is the exact same way. Like, I mean, they're brothers. So after all, so they do the exact same thing. They will always speak their mind, and they would not hold
Trust
back
me.
at all.
There's one guy's been on TV 15 years. The other guy just now got on TV. There's a reason for that. If they're the same, they should have both been on TV pretty much at the same time. No. Why
Mm,
why 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 do you think ESPN would not hire Stan and hire Jeff? Wouldn't it make, now I get it, they had the connection with Mark Jackson, but you don't think having both Van Gundy brothers doing a broadcast wouldn't be interesting?
yeah, I definitely think it would definitely be interesting. But if if David Stern has anything to do with that, of why he couldn't get a job, then you know it's just really all power at the end of the day. He has all the power, so he could prevent him from going there. If
Yeah.
if Stan has called him out, then of course it's going to be hard for him to get a job.
It shouldn't be because it's none of his business. But like you said, he will hold his power to get what he wants. To me, my overall point is that controversy had nothing to do with them getting fired. They were casualties of a company making major layoffs.
Okay.
That's what that's
Well,
what that's what it was.
I was able to find the the article. So let me write this down. Let me read it, and then we'll move on to the next topic.
Mhm.
Right here on Twitter. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this morning, unexpectedly, I was informed. This is the quote from Mark Jackson. I was informed that my services were no longer needed at ESPN. Although shocked and dismayed with the suddenness of it all, I would like to thank ESPN and all the staff of NBA ESPN crew for allowing me to be a part of the organization for the past 15 plus years. I would also like to thank the NBA fans watching at home and in the arenas throughout the league for all of your support. To the NBA, a heartfelt thank you for allowing a kid to continue to accomplish his dreams. It has been an honor to sit beside two legends in the business who are like brothers to me, Mike and Jeff Van Gundy, and learn so much from them. Lisa Salters is a goat and like a sister to me, and I'm proud of the work she continues to do. To the best producer in the world and my friend Tim Corrigan, I gave the utmost gratitude and thanks for always inspiring and supporting me. To all the staff and crew that may have never been seen on camera, please know that you were always seen by me and so greatly appreciated. Finally, I wish greater measures to success to the new NBA team. May they continue to elevate this game has been given me a home and a life. I leave ESPN with nothing but gratitude, all the while knowing that my highest praise goes to God. Amen. I like that. Include God in that, my brother. Yes, I love it. Though it all, He has always sustained me, and His grace all allows me to know that there are greater blessings ahead. I look forward to what He has in store next. So that was the quote from Mark Jackson. I think was a beautiful quote by him. Look, look. I know you say that they're rich, they're making millions, and you don't care, but I care, and I don't think it's fun, regardless of how much money you make, that you lose your job. It's not.
I no, I'm not saying,
And,
I'm not saying, I'm not saying it's like, I'm not saying I'm not happy that they got fired, but it's the nature of the business.
yeah, but you have a nonchalant type of attitude. That's
Okay,
all.
because I don't know them. I don't know them. I don't know them. So why should I feel sad for people I don't know?
Okay. All right. But what else he was going to say?
That's really it. I didn't really have anything else. Like I said, I'm happy for Doris. Um, I don't know how the Doc River thing gonna work out. Like, he has experience, so at the very least at the very least he knows what he's talking about. I just wonder if I'm gonna be able to understand him.
Yeah. If that's your concern, then he doesn't qualify. If your concern is that you're going to have a hard time understanding somebody, then he doesn't qualify for the job. I'm sorry, he does not. And as far as Doris is concerned, here's okay. I was listening to a couple of channels, and what a lot of people are saying, including their followers, is that they believe that this was a diversity hire, and that they believe
Wait.
that
Let me,
that that
I don't want to hear this anymore.
no.
No,
I'm not saying I'm not saying that I agree. I'm
no,
not
no.
saying that I'm not saying that I agree with it because
Here's the thing.
at first I said I think she's amazing. I think she's amazing. I think she does a phenomenal job. I'm saying this. I like her. I do. Now her with combining with Doc Rivers, I just think that's going to be. I don't think that's going to be as good as Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy. Now, if you think that she's better than those two guys, I mean, I'm not going to say that what you're saying is far fetched or is stupid, but but what I will say, the combination, I will always pick these two guys over Doris and Doc Rivers, especially if you can't even understand one of them.
Okay.
But what were you going to say?
Here's the thing. Here's what I'm gonna stop doing. I need to stop giving dumbasses a platform on this channel. She's been at that network forever. She's been part of the number 2 team forever. Okay, it's not a diversity hire. How is it a diversity hire if she's been there for years, 10+ years?
Well, I think will this be her very first NBA Finals
Yeah,
commentating?
yeah.
I think that's what they were talking about.
But she's done it on the radio.
Yeah, but not on TV.
I don't give a fuck. She's done it on the
And
radio.
here's the thing. If what did they say? So they pretty much said that ESPN just wanted to make this, pretty much like as a publicity stunt. Oh, look what we did. Oh, Doris is going to be the very first woman to commentating in the NBA Finals. So they pretty much believe that.
Let me ask you a question. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
What?
If Steve, is that a good thing or a bad thing? The first time a woman calls the NBA Finals, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
If it's her first time, to me that's a good thing. What makes it bad is if you intentionally doing it for that reason.
So she has no chance to get promotion or nothing.
No, if they're doing it because, hey, I want you to commentate in the NBA Finals because I think you're good, then yeah, fine, do it that way. But if you're doing it just for the sake that, oh, because it'll be her first time, and you at somebody else's expense, that's what makes it bad. Because that's why I still hold the position of, well, if you're going to fire somebody, fire a white guy just because this would be a black person's first time to commentate in the NBA Finals. No, I don't think that's right. No,
Look,
regardless of race or sex, I don't think that's right.
look.
Do it because they earned the job, and they
Wait,
earned that
and do you
position.
think?
But
Do you
not
think? Do
the
you think?
the 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 whole sex thing and race thing shouldn't apply at all.
Do you think that she earned it?
I do.
Okay, then why am I listening? Why would I personally listen to these fucking morons that you're listening to right now?
Why would you listen to them?
Yeah, why are you listening to them?
No, no, I just look, no, because they are people who had originally fought. This is the first time. I mean, I don't want to say his podcast name. I don't want to say his podcast
Okay,
name.
speak it. Might as well speak it.
No, because what you because if I say his name, then what's gonna happen is, like, I'm gonna have to play the audio
No,
of what he said.
we don't have to play no audio. Just speak the fucking guy's name. We don't have to play no audio.
All right. I like him. I like listening to him. But his channel, one at least one of the channels I listen to, his channel is the Dreamers Pro channel. Have you heard of that before?
I've heard of him. I've heard of him.
Have you watched him?
I don't need to watch him.
Have you before? Have you before?
No, I haven't. If he's gonna come out with bullshit like that, I don't want to hear jack shit from him. If she was good enough to broadcast on the radio these games, if she is good enough to broadcast in the NBA in the NBA playoffs, why is she not good? Why is she not good enough to broadcast the NBA finals?
No. For me, now, if you're asking this question for me, no, I think she earned the job.
I know, but I'm just asking. If I'm talking to this fucking dipshit that you're listening to, if I ask him that question, these are the questions I will ask him, and then I will hang up on his face. Look. No.
You're being mean.
No. I don't have patience for fucking morons. If you want to sit there and say, "Oh, I don't think they should have gotten fired," that's perfectly fine. You have every right to feel that way.
Okay.
But it's not like she. I'll say this: if they demoted them to promote her, then I can understand people getting upset over that.
But a demotion is no firing is still far worse though.
No, in theory, yes. But if you're just demoting them just to prop her up, I can understand people having a problem with that. But since they fired both these guys, all they did. If you have a problem with Doc Rivers getting hired, I can understand that. Even though he does have experience, but I can understand that. She has worked her ass off from day one. She's been there I guarantee you she's been there for a decade. Having to call she called, I'm sure she called WNBA games, right? She's called college basketball games. When she's called, I guarantee you she's called G League games. She's paying her fucking dues.
Yeah.
She absolutely has.
But I hope you kind of understand my point though. Like my position is, if she earned the job, which I think she do, because look, I like listening to Doris. I love listening to her. Do it because she actually earned that spot, but don't do it because, oh well, because she's a woman, that's why we're going to put her on there. I'm not saying that's what they did. All I'm saying is, if what the guy and the other guys I listened to were right, that's when I would say that it is wrong.
But they're not right. They're not right. They're not. Because there's someone who has been at the network for years. She's paid her dues. She's earned the spot. She earned the opportunity to be there. If you took Malika Andrews and you bring her into commentary with something that she has no experience doing, then go nuts. I would agree with you. But that's not the case here. That's not the case here. They got someone who obviously qualified and who has paid her dues to do that job.
Okay. All right. So let me. I know this is you're not gonna like this, but let me just play that 1 5 second.
I don't want to, Steve. Legitimately, I don't want to hear it.
I know. It's just 5 seconds. Just bear with me. Just bear with me. All right. So so shout out to Gmers Pro.
Play the audio. Play the audio.
Sh-
Just
sh- sh-
don't. I play the audio, please. Play the
Dude,
audio.
why you getting so upset? Like,
No.
dude, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down.
No, I'm getting upset for two reasons. One,
My bad, dude. My bad.
We're
My
on a
bad.
time limit. We're on a time limit.
All right.
One, and
Okay.
two, I specifically said I don't want to hear this fucking guy talk.
All right, it's just a couple seconds. Just a couple seconds. All right.
Fine. I don't want to hear anything about shout outs or anything. Just play the audio.
Okay, all right, fine.
And then I thought to myself, it seems like ESPN has been on this kick about female empowerment, which there's nothing wrong, by the way, with that.
Pause it right there.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
Pause it right there.
But it seems
Pause
like
it right there. Pause it right there.
I'm pausing.
If you don't have a problem with female empowerment, why is this an issue?
You talking about me?
No, I'm talking about him. This fucking guy right here. If it's not a problem for you, why is it an issue now? Why is it an issue? Yeah, you can continue.
No, I think what he's trying to say is that if you are just going to be empowering females just to empowering females, it's going to be at the expense of somebody else. Because again, my bad, Hoovy.
Oh my god!
It will automatically by default be at the expense of somebody else. This similar how you and I talk about affirmative action. Just as an example, I'm not going to go depth into it. I'm just giving you as an example of how it will automatically be at the expense of somebody else. That's it.
Let me say this.
So let me play the video.
No. Let me say this. Right?
Go ahead.
Not everyone gonna have the same fucking job that they're in forever. There are people who are either gonna get fired, retire, or whatever. There are people who are entitled, who work their ass off, who are entitled to an opportunity to gain their shot. And this is Doris Burke's opportunity to get her shot. If we're just gonna stand by the status quo, then Marv Albert would have never gotten demoted. But he got demoted because at some point, his skills deteriorated. Why? Because he got older.
Well, that's one of the reasons why he decided to retire, because even he knew that. Like he knew that he couldn't do the same thing anymore. He was forgetting people's names. He was making all these mistakes. So I can understand that.
But how many guys in his position are gonna be self-aware like that?
Oh, I don't know.
Not many. Especially if they want to protect their spot, not many. Trust me. Trust me. Everyone has an ego.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if you're in this spot, everyone has an ego.
Yeah, but Marv, it's justifiable why you would fire him or demote him, because he was just, like you said, he was just getting old. But if the person is completely healthy and he's still doing his job right, what reason for you to fire him?
Look, if the company is going to, it's up to the company. You have to talk to the company about that. But when it comes to promoting people, there are some people, look, it is what it is. Marv Albert got his chance. At one point he was a nobody. He got his chance. Everyone deserves a chance.
Yes.
All right, continue.
Yeah. Everyone deserves a chance, which is why at one point he was my favorite. He was one of the best. Unfortunately, I know it's two different things, but just like how how people say Father Time comes, unfortunately that also goes with commentating, that goes with singing. It just unfortunately once you get older, your body just can't doesn't have the exact same skill set like it used to be when in your prime years. So I get it. So I agree with you there when it comes to Marv, and I still think he's one of the best of all time. But I could understand his position. But as far as everybody else, though, like if nothing's wrong with you and you're still doing good work, no, I think they should leave you alone. But let me play.
ESPN is going out of its way to empower women, not necessarily because they may deserve the particular position that they're trying to give them, but instead they're trying to do it to send a message. So it's no longer about who's the best for this particular job. It's just that we're going to keep pushing this. Now, I want to have an honest conversation here with the audience. For the new people coming in, maybe Mark Jackson was a little bit too much of a man's man. I don't know. But to me,
how long do I do
one that
this
came
bullshit?
up with the phrase.
What did I do? I'm just listening. We just listen to the guy. That's it. What happened?
How long do I do? Oh, Mark Jackson too much of a man's man. I don't want to hear this bullshit. Seriously.
Okay. If you want me to stop, we can.
What's the main point? What's the main argument that this fucking guy's trying to make?
Yeah. That Doris. The reason why they gave the job to Doris was specifically because she was a woman and they're trying to empower women.
Do you agree?
They also gave the example of why Malika Andrews still has a job, but yet you get rid of people like Mark Jackson and Max Kellerman, but yet you keep Malika Andrews, you keep Molly. I have a problem with that. I certainly have a problem with that. You keep guys like Kendra Perkins. Yeah, I have a problem with that. I have a problem with that.
Okay,
you're keeping all these nobodies that gives you no type of relevancy into these shows, but yeah, you want to get rid of guys like Derek. You want to get rid of guys like Derek Rose and Max Kellerman. Like, get the hell out of here with that garbage. They don't know what ESPN have absolutely no idea what they're doing.
So you're mad that they fire some people but not other people. They can't just fire everybody, and they're not going to fire the people that you like that you don't like.
Get rid of the people who sucks. Like you and I at least agree that Kendra Perkins sucks.
Yeah, but I knew they weren't going to fire him. So what does it matter? At the end of the day, here's the thing. Do you agree with him that she got the job because she's a woman? Yes or no?
Do I agree?
Yes.
No. I honestly believe that they did that for her because now that they got rid of Mark Jackson and they got rid of Jeff Van Gundy, they added. Regardless of who they were going to add with Breen, they were automatically going to go to the NBA Finals anyway. You know what I'm saying?
They would be the number one team if they team with Breen.
Yeah, because I think there's three. I think there's 3 teams, right? I can't remember.
I don't know, but all I know is that Doris Burke was on the number 2 team. So do we believe that did she earn her spot? Yes or no?
Wait, hold on. 2. I thought she was on the number 3 team.
No, she was on the 2 team.
Okay.
At least for this year, she was on the 2 team.
Okay.
So, but
I'll have to go back and look at all the teams. So my bad on that.
Did she earn her spot? Yes or no?
I think, in my opinion, I do believe that she deserves.
Then why the fuck are we listening to this guy?
Because I was addressing all the points of all the speculation of the controversy with Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy, right? The controversy of him being faithful, to God, his religion, and also including they think that the only reason why Doris got the job is because she's a woman. So I was trying to address all 3. It's just unfortunately the Doris part is what pissed you off.
No, because it's coming from fucking morons who don't know what the fuck they're talking about, and I have to waste my time talking about fucking morons who don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Okay.
I don't want to either get to his point or we can move on. Because I have a job I have to go to, and I don't want to waste my time talking about fucking morons like him.
No, all right. How about we just stop it here for now? Let's just because he did a very he's like 41 minutes. Well, maybe it's right here. Okay, hang on.
Mama, there goes that man. Man down. They're gonna get rid of Mark Jackson. But I've been noticing that ESPN has been on this type of kick. Recently, I think they did a show where it was produced. Well, all of the talent that were on the show was all women. The production crew was all women. And I think the producers and everyone else was all women. And I'm asking myself, why are they doing this? What is the need for this? And the thing I don't understand is, as a male that watches sports, I'm just being honest with you, and I think a lot of men, excuse me, and I think a lot of men watching this live will agree with me. Whether it's right or wrong, I just think that men enjoy to see sports.
All right, turn the shit off. Turn the shit off. Turn it off.
I don't know if that's
We're done. We're done.
Now, as far as
look.
No, hang on. As far as you know, he do have a big following. Like you can see his chat. He has a big following. But the thing, the
raccoons tend to have big followings.
Yeah. He obviously has a very big following. Now, obviously, something triggered you again. What happened?
I don't give two flying fucks how I get my sports. If that's how you want to feel about yourself, you want to be a man, you want to be a misogynistic pig about it, that's your business. Don't speak for me, you bum ass nigga. Fuck you.
Having a look.
No, I don't know. Look, Steve, I'm not in a good mood right now, okay? Because I had to waste 20 minutes having to listen to this bullshit. Okay, we have a timetable that we have to get to. I'm sick and fucking tired of these fucking morons who think that the only thing that they can do is listen to a man talk about sports. Completely disregard anybody who actually earned their spot to it, like Doris did. All you want to do, you want to cater to all those fucking little incel, little small dick, little bitches out there who only want to listen to what a man had to say and want to denigrate women. That's your fucking business. Don't bring that bullshit on to me. Don't talk for me, you fucking bum. Fuck him.
Okay. But
let me read the comment.
Before reading the comment, I just want to say this one thing, and I hope this does not upset you. I don't know if he's telling the truth with the whole thing about, there was a whole bunch of women behind the scenes and a whole bunch of everything.
Yeah, he probably did. He probably did. Yeah. I'm telling you right now, I don't fucking care. So why should he?
No. Here's what I'm saying. If what he is saying is true, which I don't know.
No, it's true.
Okay. If what he's saying is true, that there were a point in time where it was just all women, wouldn't you find that to be suspicious too? At least a little bit.
I don't fucking care, Steve.
No, yes, you would.
No, I don't. I'm gonna tell you why. Because there's tons of other things that I could be doing with my time instead of whining and complaining about what some fucking network does with their production staff. I don't fucking care. Seriously, I don't fucking care.
Well,
so why should I fucking waste my time listening to this fucking dipshit? Talking about they have all these women doing all this. Oh, where's the man here? Where's the man? Man, fuck off. Fuck off. Seriously. You have anything else to say before I can read the comments so we can move on with the podcast?
I did not know you was going to get this upset. My bad.
I'm tired of entertaining fucking morons. I'm tired of it. I don't want to entertain these fucking dipshits ever again.
Okay.
Guys who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. They see a woman who's been there for fucking years, calling all sorts of games in front of fucking nobody. She finally earns her spot after two old geezers get fired, and yet all he wants to do is bitch and complain about those geezers getting fired. Without knowing damn well what he's saying is fucking bullshit. What he's saying is fucking bullshit. Fuck that guy. I don't want to hear anything about him ever again.
Now that I know that you're this irate about the whole situation, I'm glad I didn't mention the other guys because they pretty much had similar, similar thoughts. And
you know what? They can all go fuck themselves. Also, every single one of them. I don't give a flying fuck who they are. They can all go straight to hell. Go. Do not pass go. Do not collect $20. They can all go straight to hell.
Hoovy, bro. Like seriously, it's you should don't go that deep into it. Like don't start saying things about that they should go.
Like I said. I'm tired of entertaining dumbasses. I'm tired of it.
All right, let's go to the comments. Go to the comments.
All right. So where are we at? All right. So it was a good trio from Malta. I think I read this. I read this from my sister. Let me see. Firing Jackson and Jet was kind of random. It wasn't random. Like these are the cuts that they were making. They made all sorts of cuts everywhere.
Well, Jeff Van Gundy, he was included, with the others.
Yeah.
Mark Jackson, though, I think that one was random. Just out of nowhere, you single him out and you fire him. Like I didn't know anyone else got fired besides him.
Well, I think behind the scenes, maybe what happened was they probably tried to negotiate on a contract with him. Now, listen, they weren't going to give him a raise, and if I'm Mark Jackson, I'm not accepting a demotion either.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm Mark, I'm not accepting a demotion. So that's probably what happened. That's probably what happened was that they were probably negotiating and they couldn't come to an agreement. Like I said, I don't know if that's true or not, but yeah. So my sister asked, "What's wrong with Kendrick Perkins?" He's a moron. That's what.
Oh, come on, Whitney. Whitney. Do you listen to this guy? Now, the reason why I believe that people like listening to Perkins is because he's very like similar to Jeff Van Gundy. He's very controversial. Like he does speak his mind. Like he'll say things, but there are sometimes he just say things that are just plain idiotic. But a lot of people like that. Like there's a huge audience when you say really stupid takes. So he is entertaining, but they're just the whole thing with Jokic and Embiid about the MVP. That was the last straw for me.
That was his peak stupidity right there. Peak stupidity.
Yes.
All right, where is he? Yeah, I got my bottle. Reggie Miller is a good commentator.
I agree.
No, he's not. No, he's not. But if you like him, I love him. My sister says, especially losing your job in public, that's not fun. It always has to do with money. Companies cutting back. So you said 5 seconds, Hoovie. No, yeah, like it wasn't 5 seconds. It was 5 minutes. It was 5 minutes. It's 5 seconds too long to listen to that dick shit. Let me see. He also mentioned that not necessarily ESPN is in a reconstruction. The slots were open, and he said that Dreamer Pro needs to stop. So yeah. So here we go again. I gotta disagree with you, Steve. They're empowering the ESPNW. They're just giving different faces a shot.
Well, what did you disagree with me on? What about Doris? I already said that Doris should have the job. I think she deserved the job. All I said is that it is wrong if the intent was to fire Mark Jackson just so she could be on because she's a woman. Because now you're including sex into the equation, which you should never do. You should never include sex or race of why you get a job. It's supposed to be your skill set, and that's it. Now, I'm not saying that's what ESPN did, but a lot of people are.
All right, so sister telling me to calm down.
Yes, absolutely. You should calm down. Yes.
I like this Dreamers Pro guy.
Malta. Are you only saying that you like the Dreamer Pro guy because of the reaction Hoovie gave, or do you legitimately actually listen to him? I'm very curious, Malta, and be honest.
Hoovie just called Steve. No, I didn't call Steve that. I didn't call Steve that.
He called me names before. But no, he didn't call me that.
No. That was longer than 5 minutes.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it was longer.
Yeah, that I love women. There's always a band. They're always at my band show. And stop yelling.
No, you have to admit you did a lot of yelling that time, man. Like you did a lot of yelling.
Yeah, I did because I like I said, I'm tired of I'm tired of entertaining dumbasses. I am. I am. I didn't want to hear him. I didn't want to hear the argument because it's bullshit from the jump.
Well,
I did.
I'll be honest with you. Part of the reason why I wanted to play it is because I felt now, Hoovy, if I'm wrong, let me know I'm wrong. I honestly felt that you thought that I was making it up and that I actually felt that way. So I wanted to play it to let you know that I wasn't
for a
lying.
fact that there's some people out there. I know they
Okay.
are. I know they are. But the thing is that I don't want to hear them talk because I know that they're either lying to gain an audience, which is what Dreamer's doing right there, or they're just dumb, which I also think he is.
My goodness.
Right? He's also dumb. Okay? Like I said before, I don't want to entertain stupidity on this channel. I don't.
Okay.
And what he said is pure stupidity. Because like I said before, we've seen the progression that Doris Burke has made in her career at that network. She didn't come out of the fucking blue. She didn't. She didn't come out of the blue. She's been there for years. She's worked her ass off, and she deserves a shot. It's unfortunate. Yeah. It's unfortunate it comes at the expense of guys getting fired, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Well, that's the problem, that I have. Like,
but Steve, these things happen. Like, people get fired. People who are qualified get fired all the time. People who are qualified get fired all the time. It's not always the best of the best that keeps their jobs. It's not. It's not. There's always something that happens, or whatever situation that they're going in there, or whatever the business is going through. It's not always the best that advances.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Yeah, look, I called them old geezer. I was just upset, but I don't like. It is what it is with those guys. They've had their shots, and and look, they're going to, and look, there are always going to be new people there, and you have someone like Doris who's earned her shot. She's earned it. And the funny thing is, this fucking moron that you had me listen to didn't. Again, I know it was 40-something minutes. Didn't mention anything regarding Doc Rivers.
No, he didn't mention Doc.
No shit. Of course he did.
I'm trying to remember if he did.
No, look, I'll give that fucking moron the benefit of the doubt. I'll let you listen to. I'm not listening to that fucking guy. I'll let you listen to him. If he doesn't mention anything regarding Doc Rivers, then I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear you speak his name in my presence.
Okay.
If he don't mention any, because if there's any hire that was undeserved, it's Doc Rivers.
Yeah. Especially if you can't even understand him, then there's no point in commentating.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. But if that fucking moron doesn't mention not one time, not mention Doc Rivers, then I don't want to hear his fucking name around me.
Okay. I'll respect your decision, and I'll respect your request.
So Jay said, "What's going on, Jay?" Yeah, it is. You have to go back to the podcast and listen. You have to go.
You have to go back, but you'll be entertained though. You'll be entertained. Oh man.
So Steve doesn't like hell, apparently.
Of course I don't. What, Ruben? Like, you should know better. Why? Of course I don't. And when Hoovy went that far, that's when I'm like, okay.
And Perkins was only good on the Celtics. I wouldn't even go that far. No, he was good on the Celtics, but he was never nothing special. Kendrick Perkins is a commentator on ESPN. I've never heard of this Dreamer guy, but I think I've seen his face around. Yeah. Damn feisty. All right, we're okay. So
definitely feisty. So look, I'm not gonna mention Dreamer, and I'm not even gonna name the other guys that also that also are in his side or on his position. I'm not even gonna attempt to name them. But what I will say is that yeah, congratulations, to Doris. Like she does a very good, phenomenal job. And I remember one time where I said that I think she should replace Molly. But I remember what you had said to me that even a show as great as First Take was, at least back in the day, she's even beneath, above that. Like the show was
Yeah,
beneath her.
yeah.
And I,
She shouldn't be hosting some random fucking talk show. No, she should be commentating. That's what she
yeah,
should be doing.
yeah. When you said that, I was like, you know what? Absolutely. Hoobie's absolutely right. Like she is above that. She definitely. And you remember when she used to be a reporter, she did a fantastic job reporting. For some reason, like I had always liked listening to her when there was like a news report of whatever somebody's injury or whatnot. But for some reason, like her voice, her attitude, her demeanor, I don't know, it just fits so perfectly when she would be doing the sideline
And, and, and,
reporting.
and
Go ahead.
let me also say this: how often do you get someone who goes from a sideline reporter to a commentator for WNBA games, for G League games, for college basketball games, and she goes from there from sideline reporter to probably like lower tier commentator to higher tier commentator to the NBA finals.
And she's been a guest in a lot of these shows too. Like she's been on, like First Take and whatnot, like as a guest and whatnot. Like
Yeah,
she's been in shows too. Yes.
yeah, like that's something. It shouldn't matter what sex she's in. That should be celebrated. But here we have a bunch of people, and we all know where they're from, who are either grifters, and they just want to get a rise out of people like me, or they're just sexist who can't see the bigger picture because they're upset that their favorite man is no longer there. And I don't have patience for those fucking morons. I don't.
Okay. I got you. And look, let's move on. Like there was a couple more things I want to say, but we're way ahead, behind schedule now. So we'll save this, for another day, and we'll continue on with the next topic. Go ahead.
All right, let me get this up. Okay. All right. So this is something that infuriated me also. Now I'm not gonna get as loud, but this shows you that this league and every team, and not every team, and I know every team's not like this, but I know there's a lot of teams, and the Blazers are one of them, who can't
Yeah.
handle how good that he has been over the years. Right?
The
This memo
Blazers
proves
cannot
that.
handle. The Blazers
They
cannot
can't
handle.
handle.
Is that what you're saying?
No,
Okay.
that's exactly what I'm saying. Because they're the ones behind this. Don't get it twisted. The NBA can say what they want about what they sent, but this is all because of the Blazers, because they can't handle the fact that they have to trade Damian Lillard because he doesn't want to be there, and that he only wants to go to Miami, and they don't want what Miami's offering. So they ran to Adam Silver and told them to send the memo because they don't like the fact that the only team he wants to go to is Miami. So yesterday,
And
yeah, go
yeah,
ahead.
and frankly, I honestly believe that the Blazers they look. I understand that you want to get better. I understand that you want equal trade value, but let's be real here. Since when have we actually seen 100% an equivalent exchange for one superstar to another superstar? That rarely ever happens.
No,
That
it doesn't
rarely ever
happen.
happens.
And I feel like a guy who's been arguably your best player in franchise history deserves deserve the opportunity to go to a winner,
Yes.
and deserves the opportunity to go to a place where he will win. So
100%. 100%.
let's read. Yesterday, now remember this is from the Blazers website, so they're gonna have a slight angle towards the Blazers here, which I don't have a problem with. Yesterday,
Okay.
the NBA issued a memo to all 30 teams commenting on the ongoing trade triangle between Damian Lillard, the Miami Heat, and the Portland Trail Blazers. If you missed it, you can read the text in the memo here, and let's read the memo. But where's the memo? Where is it? Let me see. Yeah, it's not here. Man. Oh, let me click on the text. Let's wait for it to load. Yeah, my computer's running a little slow.
No, it's all right. It's all right.
All right, so while the thing loads, let me read this comment from Malta. Who remembers when Clippers spanked Blazers and Dame said to Pat and Paul, "Keep running from the grind. Y'all boys are chumps." Yet he's requesting a trade every other month, either going to the front office or demanding a trade or tweeting, rapping about what he wants to leave. Act like he's the best because he's only been on one team. I remember some of that. But here's the thing, Malta. The thing is that at the end of the day, he's giving that team everything he's got, everything he's had. He's giving them everything.
And
And
also keep in mind.
at the end of the day, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say also keep in mind that you have to remember there were opportunities that he could have had won a championship. Unfortunately, he had to face a far superior team, which was the Golden State Warriors. That Damian, I'm not gonna say that Damian Lillard, did everything himself or he didn't have help. He clearly had help, and he did a phenomenal job that year when he took them to the Western Conference Finals. A phenomenal job. Like his offense was great. He was shooting efficiently, and it was just that he had to face the Warriors, and they were not going to beat that team. He was not better than Steph Curry. A lot of people would say that with the combination of Steph Curry, because remember when they were calling them the Splash Brothers, they were just dominating everybody with their 3-point shooting. Everybody, they were destroying everybody. So it was just unfortunately that they had to face Golden State at that time. But that one year, they were absolutely they were good enough because of Damian Lillard. They were good enough to win a championship that year.
But even after that, what did they build around them after that?
Nothing.
And you can argue about, and I remember saying this. I remember saying this earlier this year when he made comments about why he didn't request a trade or stuff like that. And I was like, bro, like it's commendable that you want to stay in Portland, but they're not built. You're far away from winning anything in Portland. You are.
Yeah.
Everyone sees it. Everyone saw it, and you deserve better than that. And I said this way before there were any rumors when it comes to the Heat or anything like that. Again, this is not about me and what I want. Do I want Lillard here? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
If he don't come here, am I going to survive? Yes, I will. But at the end of the day, this is the part that I don't understand. And let me play this from Sham Sarania.
Yeah,
Okay.
so this just came in now.
Can you hear
I
this?
just got
Yeah, okay, hear it.
Okay, bro.
this. The NBA sent a memo to its 30 NBA teams about informing them that they have interviewed Damian Lillard and his agent Aaron Goodwin about his stance that he only wants to play in Miami, that he wants to trade as we've reported via sources, but also that as we reported and as his agent has said publicly, that he only wants to play in Miami. And the league advised both Lillard and Goodwin that any future comments of the sort, as far as him wanting to only play in Miami, will be potentially subject him to discipline, I'm told, in this memo, if those comments continue, as well as a warning to the NBPA that any future comments by players, their agents, that are similar to the ones as far as I only want to play for this specific team in a trade request, if that's made, that could also be subject to potential discipline as well. But in reading this memo, the NBA told its teams that they spoke to Goodwin, they spoke to Lillard, and that Goodwin essentially denied telling teams that he told them that he only that Lillard would only play in Miami. And so from what this memo states, the NBA also spoke to other teams, and essentially they were given the messaging as well that Goodwin's statements were consistent for the most part. So this is relevant information because for the league to take the step of going in and interviewing Damian Lillard, going in and interviewing his agent, really informing them to essentially knock off any potential rhetoric about only wanting to be traded to Miami.
My goodness.
So here's the thing that I have. Here's my biggest issue with all of this, right? And I have to kind of like I'm gonna go in out of order. So forgive me for this, but let's start from the beginning, right?
All right.
Let's talk about Anthony Davis, right? When there was talks about him getting traded, well, how many teams were seriously contending for him to go to? How many teams were legitimately in line to get him?
One. Yep.
And everyone and their mother knew where he wanted to go.
Yes.
The Lakers.
Yes.
Right? Did a memo come out? Because there were rumors that Boston wanted him. But there was also a rumor that said that Anthony Davis would not go to Boston. Everyone and their mother knew that he wanted to go to the Lakers.
Yes.
Let's go to James Harden. When the whole thing went on with Houston, there were two teams. Technically, I remember two teams being in contention: Philadelphia and Brooklyn.
Yep.
Right. So Harden pretty much says out in public that he doesn't want to play there anymore. He actively dogged some games. And but yet he can go where he wants to go. Right? And then once he said, "Oh, I don't want to play. I don't want to play in I don't want to play in Brooklyn no more." It's okay. We'll just trade you to Philadelphia. We're not going to send a memo out for you. And currently, he's doing it right now because he doesn't want to stay in Philadelphia. He wants to go to the Clippers.
Yes, he does.
But yeah, we have a memo talking about that? No, we don't have a memo talking about that. Nope. All we have is only when Damian Lillard wants to go to the Heat when now there's a problem. Because I guarantee you this: if he wanted to go to the Lakers, no issues. If he wanted to go to the Knicks, no issues. If he wanted to go to Boston, no issues. When he wants to come to the Heat, now we have problems. Now we have issues.
And let me also add, didn't Kevin Durant only had a couple of teams that he wanted to go to, and Phoenix was one of those teams.
Dude, Phoenix was one of those teams. We've been hearing about Phoenix since the first time he asked for a trade.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah,
Go
ahead. So you have all these guys. We're not just talking about stars. We're not talking about all stars. We're talking about superstars, elites, who is requesting, for these trades, who is demanding that they only want to go to one or two teams, maybe three, and none of us heard a peep. The organization, that their team that they were in, actually complied. They sent them exactly where they wanted to go to. But when it comes to Damian Lillard, no. We got to let the NBA step in, and we need to make sure this stuff doesn't happen again. Only because he wanted to go to Miami, but everybody else was fine. Everybody else was fine. What is the difference between him, what he did? And look, regardless, even if a player was able to mention 5 teams or 6 teams or 7 teams, well, what does it matter? He's still demanding a trade, and he's telling you what to do. He's telling you exactly where he wants to go.
You owe it to him because here's the thing. They had a shot to make the playoffs. They did. They had a shot. They decided, you know what? We're going to tank. We're going to tank. We're going to try to get the pick or whatever, get a high draft pick. So we're going to build for the future, despite the fact that you said you wanted a veteran team. You wanted a veteran team because you're tired of playing with all these young guys and all these youngsters. You wanted an opportunity to win a championship. You wanted that opportunity, and they said, no, we're gonna build for the future. And I don't have a problem with them building for the future. But to go to this length to where instead of either stepping, even if they said, "Oh, Damian Lillard, we're not trading you," period. We're not trading you. If they did that, then I would understand. Even though it hurts my team, I would understand. But you had to go the bitch route and go and turn and cry and complain to Adam Silver because the Heat not giving you the deal that you want. When in all actuality, you're not going to be good this year. You're not. You have too many young guys. You don't have enough veterans. You're not going to be good. And and Damian Lillard already told you what he wanted.
Yeah, and then he also said that he wanted a Butler and Bam to stay with Miami anyway.
Yeah. What's the point of trading? What's the point of trading? Like what the Heat are trying to do? They're trying to add to their team.
Correct.
They're trying to add, and they have more than enough assets for you guys to be okay with it. Because here's the thing: you already got the second pick of the draft, Scoot Henderson. He should be good. You can build off of him. You have the ingredients to build off of him. But it's gonna take time, and all you're gonna be doing in the meantime is what you've been doing is wasting his career, wasting Damian Lillard's career. When clearly he's nearing the end of his prime, he's on the back half of his career. He wants a shot at a championship,
and he has a right to feel that way. The guy's like 33 years old.
Yeah,
he should absolutely feel that way. Anyone could probably argue now that his prime years is starting to wane at the age of 33. He's small. He's not. I think he's what, 6'1", I think maybe 6'2", maybe. And we all know that we haven't. When it comes to point guards, the only point guard that we have had that's been able to take your team to the championship was Steph Curry. Nobody else has been able to do that.
Guys have done it before. Like guys,
who else?
Chauncey Billups. Who else?
Chauncey Billups and Isaiah Thomas. That's it.
Jason Kidd, Isaiah Thomas.
No, Jason Kidd. That was Dirk Nowitzki's team when he went to Dallas.
No, I'm talking about when he was in New Jersey.
Yeah, but he didn't win.
Yeah, he didn't win, but he got them. He got them as far as they.
But I'm talking about point guards that actually won. Championships. Like we haven't really. Steph Curry has been Steph Curry and Chauncey Billups have been the only ones.
I get it, but like at least those guys were there. Damian had never been there, and it's not his fault.
Okay, if you want to compare that they were at least there, then
they're there. And you can't tell me he can't do that for a team that is good. Yes, he dealt with the juggernaut like Golden State. But right now, his team is as far away as a championship as they've ever been. So why keep him there?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to compete. We already seen what Denver has been doing. If the Grizzlies could get their act together, we already know they're not going anywhere. So like, I don't understand this notion of I want to get better, but yet you were taking.
They sat him out just so they can get a better draft pick.
And you think that a superstar who's getting older, who's already in his 30s, you think he's going to be happy about that? And so you're just going to waste the next year prime years that he had. He probably only has like 1 or 2 prime years left with him being 33. So trade him. He gave you everything that you could have ever asked for. He did what he could, and you guys didn't give him the guys that he needed in order to win a championship. So because of that, you owe him. You're trying to tank and trying to get young guys anyway. So what's the problem of just get a couple draft picks for Damian Lillard and that's it?
And I hear people say, "Oh, well, they pay him all this money." And I'm like, yeah, and he fulfilled his duties. Who was gonna say that he didn't deserve that money?
Right.
The money that they were gonna give him no matter what. Like, it's dumb. Like, at the end of the day, he doesn't want to be there anymore. And you owe it to him to do it right by him, because at the end of the day, he done right by you. He's absolutely done right by you. And one more thing before we read the comments and then we can move on. Like I said before, this is only happening because he wants to go to the Heat. Because you have a bunch of teams, not all 30. We have a lot of teams there who are jealous of Miami. They are. A franchise who by the Blazers, Malta, by the Blazers. Because they what would they have done without him? Legit question. What would they do without him? Everything that they've done over the last 15, 20 years has been because of that guy.
I agree with that. Yeah.
So here's the thing. You tell me a franchise that not only have won 3 championships, right? They've also have made multiple blockbuster trades, right? They bought in LeBron and Chris Bosh. They kept Dwayne Wade. They got Jimmy. They drafted well. And you're telling me that Pat Riley or whoever else is running that franchise have never won Executive of the Year. Never. Yeah. That's not on purpose. That's not by accident. That's not by accident. Eric Spoelstra, we mentioned this before. Dude's never won Coach of the Year. That's not by accident.
That's BS.
That's not by accident. Because you have a lot of teams in that organization who are poorly run and are jealous of Miami, because at the end of the day, they don't like the fact that Miami is a free agent destination. They don't like it. And this memo proves it. Because like I said before, if he wanted to go and get, let's say if he had an agency to LeBron James' best friend, he's in LA today. Right? If he grew a beard, right, got fat, and then decided, oh, I want to go to the other New York team, yeah, it would have been done yesterday. And then that fat player goes to Philadelphia. Oh, no, it's cool because we love Philadelphia. We love those New York teams. We love the glamour teams. But yet, when it comes to Miami, for some fucking reason, these people, they don't like it.
Yeah.
And that's why this stupid memo came out. So, like I said.
Yeah, and they tried to save face by saying, oh, all 30 teams, like making it seem like, oh, like this is like no other team could do this. The part that makes it so hypocritical is that because I'm trying to read the memo here, right? It says yesterday the NBA issued a memo to all 30 teams, right? So you do that, but yet you still have players demanding that they want to go to this team or to that team or to that team. So what are you trying to accomplish here? Clearly, they're only attacking Damian Lillard for this, and they don't care about everybody else. And as far as Miami, I think you're right. I think they're jealous of Miami overall. They don't like the fact that they don't like Heat culture. They probably don't like the fact that an eighth seed went to the NBA Finals. They don't like the fact that they were able to beat all these elite teams. They don't like it.
Whitney, if you're still listening, here's what Kendrick Perkins said about the Heat. He said that Gabe Vincent was their second best player on that team.
Wait, where did that come from? Why are you saying that for?
It's to show you that Kendrick Perkins don't know what the hell he's talking about. And I love Gabe Vincent, but he was never the second best player on that team. Not even a little bit. But the reason why he hyped it up was because he wanted to say how good the Lakers got when they got him in free agency. That's the only reason why. And you want to know why? That dude, that I don't take anything he says seriously. Is reasons like that why.
And now you see, and see now I didn't even know that, but you see why I said that it is asinine that all these people got fired, but yet he still keeps his job, and yet he says stupid stuff like that. Then forget the whole race part about Jokic and Embiid, but all and like just constantly saying just the dumbest thing like that was just plain pathetic for what he said. Now look, I appreciate what Vincent did. Like you give him a lot of props too. Absolutely, you did, and he should get the credit that he deserved. But like, come on, man.
He's not. He wasn't. He was never the second best player on that team.
Come on, man.
Not even close. Let me see. Let's read some comments here. Okay, so I read that stuff from Malta. Like he said that Lillard is never gonna win a championship. Like that could be true.
Well, if he goes to Miami, I could see them winning. Because I'm telling you right now, if he goes to Miami, they're the best team in the East.
They're the best team. Don't tell Paul Pierce that. He thinks that he thinks they're one and done. Another dumbass that I don't listen to. But
yeah, you don't like Paul Pierce at all. Yeah.
No, as a player, he's overrated. As an analyst, he's garbage.
Do you remember that one time when he said that he had a better career than Dwayne Wade?
Yeah. Look, he was a better 3-point shooter than Dwayne Wade. That's it. That's all he was. That's all he was.
He was a better 3-point shooter, yes.
That's it. And I'm gonna be real with you. Without that championship, he's not a Hall of Famer.
You know what? You could rule, but yeah.
He's not a Hall of Famer. Without that ring, he's not a Hall of Famer. Like he can say what he wants about who he didn't play with. At the end of the day, you had your opportunity, and that team before KG got there, that team was garbage. That team was hot garbage. When you were their only no, I wouldn't even say the only star. He had Antoine Walker next to him, and they were still garbage.
And I would love to say this. Look, I understand. Oh, yeah, you may not have played side by side with a LeBron James or a Chris Bosh, but you were still part of the Big Three, and you had an opportunity to win another championship. But guess what? You didn't deliver in the last minute in the NBA Finals, and you lost. So now instead of having 2 rings, you only got 1. And Wade got 3. So yes, he may have played with LeBron James, but guess what? He actually won a championship without him. He actually in the Big Three. You only won a championship by being the Big Three, and that's it. And you had opportunities to win multiple ones, and you couldn't deliver the goods. So to say that you were better than Dwayne Wade, yeah, okay, that's just jealousy right there. That's just plain jealousy.
Look, I don't have a problem with him believing what he want to believe. He can believe what he want to believe, but the facts are that Dwayne Wade is a better offensive player than him, and he's a better defensive player than him.
Far better.
And he has more accomplishments than him.
Yeah.
So as far as I'm concerned, the conversation's over. So my sister begging Lillard to come to Miami. Malta said that he respects Dirk so much.
I do too.
That we all do. Let me read this from Ruben first. It would be nice if Lillard would bring his talent to South Beach, but really downtown Miami. All right, so Malta said no complaining, just stick to the grind. He done that. He did that.
He did already, yeah.
But at one point, like at one point, everyone they want an opportunity to win. And right now, where they're at right now, there's no chance of them winning. There's no shot. All right, so everything they have done, you mean their semifinals, their semi-conference finals banner? Yeah, and honestly, that's the best it was going to get because they had an opportunity to build around that, and they didn't do it. He said that Dirk would have won that team a ring, period. No, he would not.
Wait. Wait. Hold on, Malta. Against that Golden State team? No,
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 no.
no. I understand that he beat LeBron and Dwayne Wade, but that Golden State team was just demolishing the whole entire league. He was not going to beat that Golden State team.
No,
He was not. No. I have to disagree with you there.
no. And Dirk won a championship. Now he beat the big three for it, and props to him. But that Golden State team, no, they're not winning. They're not winning. No.
No.
Like, and that's what Damian Lillard had to go through. He had to go through Golden State, and then by the time that the West became wide open, he had a team that was openly tanking.
Yeah.
So there's really nothing he could have done. He did everything he could. He went through everything. And I don't have a problem with him saying, you know what, enough of this. I gotta go to a team that's gonna win.
Yeah, and for the people who are calling him a hypocrite now, or you're backpedaling, or look, I thought you were supposed to stick to one team. I would have agreed with them if the Blazers were still good, if they were still contending for championships. But the fact that the team was tanking, and the fact that the team sucks, you can't blame the guy for wanting to go elsewhere. Like, and this is the problem that I have with these fans, with these people who claim they watch the NBA or they focus on the NBA. But yet you're going to call him a hypocrite. Like, he's not being a hypocrite. The team was tanking. The team was garbage. They sucked. So because they were garbage, you cannot blame him for wanting to go elsewhere. Like, seriously.
Yeah, you can say what like you said before. You can, if you want to argue over what Kevin Durant did, fine, whatever. Right? You want to complain about what all these other guys are doing, fine, whatever. When it comes to Anthony Davis, I understand why he wanted to go to another team, because the New Orleans team that he was on right now wasn't going anywhere, and partly because of him, because he couldn't stay healthy.
Yes.
Right. James Harden, they always brought in a guy to help him out. Either it was Dwight, it was Chris Paul, it was Russ. It didn't matter. Couldn't get over the hump because of the Warriors. So when they were like, okay, we're going to pretty much start over, he wanted out. I don't have a problem with him saying he wanted out. I don't.
Right.
My problem is now we all have a problem with Damian Lillard, who's been through the grind worse than both those guys. Like, Kevin Durant left a team that could have won a championship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least James Harden tried for years, but yet their team was rebuilding. Damian Lillard's been there since day one. They've had good teams. They probably even had great teams, but right now they're in a place where they're rebuilding, and they're doing this guy a disservice by not giving him what he wants. He wants to go to a winner. He wants to go to Miami. That's his wishes.
Yes.
If that's what he wants, you give it to him, because at the end of the day, he's giving you 12 years of great service, and yes, in turn, you're giving him lots of money. You're going to give him that money anyway. But give him the respect to go to a team that he wants to go to.
Yeah, the guy never cheated the game. He's obviously an elite on point guard, and there's absolutely nothing else for him to do for your team anymore, because you decided to tank. If your team were in a position, like, let's say, for example, like where the Grizzlies were, or let's say the Kings, may not be an elite team, but if you could at least somewhat try to compete for a championship, then awesome. But the fact that you were tanking and then you didn't even make the playoffs, there's just no reason for you to hang on to Damian Lillard anymore. Just to do the exact same thing what Minnesota did for Kevin Garnett. Do the exact same thing. Let him go to a team where he can win a championship, because you guys obviously are not going to win one. And even if you are capable of developing, your young guys up to speed, Damian Lillard will be out of his prime at the time, so he's not going to be able to put all of his prime the next couple of years that he's still in his prime to a championship team.
Yeah, and you go.
Oh, yeah, you can go. You go ahead.
No, but like we're expecting him in this half of his career to wait for guys to develop, because you have, even though the prospects are good for Scoot Henderson, you have no idea if he's gonna be good. He plays your position anyway. Like if you have Henderson, Damian Lillard, and Anthony Simon all there, you have a 3-guard lineup in a league where you're seeing guys who are 7'3", 7'4", 7'5", dribbling the basketball. And yet you have no idea if you have no idea if Scoot is gonna be good.
Yeah.
You have no idea. And even if he is gonna be good, it's gonna take him time for him to develop into a great player. And by the time he becomes a great player, Damian Lillard might become washed. You never know.
Right.
So he wants to go to a situation where he at least has a legit shot to win a championship.
Correct.
You owe it to him. You owe at least you owe that to him. So let me continue. Ruben said that you can see organizations have a Miami and Houston bias. Well, I don't know about Houston, but they definitely do have a Miami bias. Gabe had good games though, but overall I agree with you. This is my sister talking. If Dame were to come to Miami, for sure we wouldn't win another championship. And Paul Pierce has always been a he hater.
Yeah, the the thing is about him going to Miami will win the championship. I do believe that, because I think that Miami's roster can definitely has proven that they could definitely hang with anybody in the East, especially with the outstanding defense that they're able to perform on a day-to-day basis, especially in the playoffs. And so when you include an elite player like Damian Lillard, I honestly don't see anyone in the East, maybe with the exception with the Bucks, with the exception with Giannis, I don't see anyone in the East that could stop them.
Look, the reason why Damian Lillard is an important piece for Miami is because you saw when Denver clogged the paint, they needed someone who can make an outside shot.
Yeah.
And that's Damian Lillard to a T. Now, Tyler Hero is likely going to get traded. Is likely going to get traded because of this, if this deal goes through. But the thing is that if Tyler Hero was there, he would, if he was able to get healthy in time, he would have helped Miami. I don't think they would have beaten Denver, but at least he would have helped, because he can be that spark plug on the outside.
Yeah.
So that's why they're going after Lillard, and that's why Lillard wants to go there. Yeah, so Ruben said it's clear Hero would be out. Yeah, he would likely get traded.
Yeah, I think they wouldn't have a choice, because they're not they're not going to get rid of Bam, and they're not going to get rid of Butler either. So unfortunately, Hero would be the weakest link, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of respect for his game too, but you have to trade somebody. Like, you have to. You don't have a choice unless Miami could just pull off a miracle. If Pat Riley could pull off a miracle where you just give a couple of draft picks and maybe do like some type of 3 team trade, then maybe. But other than that, Hero's gonna have to be that guy.
Yeah. Vicious, what's going on, bro? How you doing? And Ruben said, and this last one before we get to the last topic. He said that he was injured in the finals, had a groin injury in the last finals. So he's talking about Hero when he got hurt last year, and he was hurt the year before in the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, it sucks, and it sucks for Hero, but it is what it is. It's like, like if you're gonna bring in a guy like Lillard onto the team, there are guys that they're gonna have to trade.
Yeah,
and he's one of them. So,
and what's going on, Vicious 954? What's going on? You are just in time for our very last topic, or do you want to just stop and wait till Thursday?
No, we can talk. We can talk about this.
All right.
So, I don't have I don't have the topic on me, but my brother sprung this on us regarding the new Nintendo console that may be releasing in 2024. I'm sure you have Twitter on, right?
Yeah. I have the article right here, so I can share it right now if you like.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. That's not gonna happen, Ruben. That's not
Uh,
gonna.
w-
It's
make
fine.
it
It's not a
to
big
work.
deal.
Make it to work on time. What do you mean? What does he mean?
Yeah, that means he wants me to get to work on time, and
Oh,
that's not.
he's talking about your job. Yeah, you're not gonna. But what time do you start?
10.
Oh no. That ship has sailed, my friend.
Yeah, but it's fine. No, it's not a big deal.
Okay, Nintendo reportedly plans to release. This is a gaming topic news, guys. So no more sports for today. This is going to be our last topic, which is regarding to gaming. And Nintendo reportedly plans to release next gen console during second half of 2024, which is just pretty much a year away from now, which is crazy. Nintendo will release
Now,
its
remember,
next
this is
gen.
all rumors and nothing official.
Yeah, Nintendo will release its next gen console during the second half of 2024, according to a new report. Sources told VGC development kits for the announced new console are now with partner studios with a second half of 2024 release. Windows set to give Nintendo enough time to ensure plenty of stock for launch. Apparently, this new next gen console can be used in portable mode, which is I knew this was going to happen. I know it sucks for you because you want a traditional console.
Yeah, but I figured with the success of the Switch, it was gonna be another portable console. But it is interesting that they went with LCD instead of OLED, because that's pretty much what the Vita did. The first Vita was OLED. The second edition was LCD,
Hmm.
and
That's
like,
interesting.
yeah, it's not that big of a deal. It's cheaper to produce. It's cheaper to produce.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So apparently, this next gen can be used in portable mode, like the Nintendo Switch, and has an LCD screen as opposed to the OLED screen in order to keep costs down, just like what you said. It comes with a cartridge slot for physical games, VGC said. And to be honest with you, I actually do like the cartridge model instead of the CD. I actually like having a cartridge
Mhm.
than having a just a regular
I,
CD
I, I
drive.
will I will admit that the cartridge, even though they're very very small, it is a nice touch to kind of use a cartridge once in a while.
Yeah.
Give you a little bit of that nostalgic feel to it.
Hmm. However, the crucial question of backwards compatibility when Nintendo Switch games remain unclear. IGN has asked Nintendo for comment. Let's see. Okay, so in May, Nintendo said in its long rumored Switch successor wouldn't release until April 2024 at the earliest. Nintendo president Shutaro, whatever.
Here
Ex-
with Furukawa,
that's how you say it.
yeah,
Okay.
Furukawa.
Okay, for Furukawa explained during an investor presentation that the company is considering new hardware in the 2023-2024 financial year, which ends March 31st, 2024. This comes despite a decline in Switch sales. The console sold close to 18 million units in the last financial year, down from 23 million sold the year before and 28 million the year before that. Wow. Nintendo isn't looking to rush.
That's not that big of a deal because the console's been out for a long time. So naturally, the sales of the console is going to go down.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I thought that the sales were going to go up with the last couple of games, like especially with the Zelda game that came out.
Yeah.
I expected the console to go like really really high, especially after that game. But
But I do think that we're at a point now when it comes to Switch where I think new hardware is needed.
wait, you think new hardware is needed despite of what you just saw with Zelda?
I mean, like you could say the game looks impressive, but that game was running at what sub 20 frames a second at times.
Hmm.
So when you have, especially when you have all these games now that are running at 60. Well, not all of them, but like I said before, they need a stronger machine.
Okay, so you think it's time? All right.
Yes, it's time.
Um, so where were I? Let me see. Sold the year before, 28 the year before that. Nintendo isn't looking to rush a new console out to tackle this decline, though, as it has forecast another drop for the coming year. Sustaining the Switch sales momentum will be difficult in the seventh year, said Furukawa during the presentation. Our goal is selling 15 million units this fiscal year. Is a bit of a stretch, but we will do our best to bolster demand going into the holiday season so that we can achieve the goal. I mean, since the holiday season is going to be coming up, I mean, they could easily achieve that goal. I still think the Switch is still in high demand. They still make great quality games. So I have no doubts. I can say with plenty of confidence that they'll be fine. They'll be fine. I think that's it for this article. Okay, so we'll try to keep this short. So what do you think? Like, are you looking forward to a new console? You're not interested because you just got one. What's your thought?
I have to see what it looks like. I have to see what it is. But it's the seventh year. They need a new console. They need a new console. Now the thing that was interesting, and really the main reason why I want to talk about it, is that there could be a chance, and I don't believe it will happen, but I do want to ask this question to you: what would happen if this new console, come out without backwards compatibility?
I will be unhappy. I would be
Would
unhappy.
buy it?
You
Still buy it?
Would I still buy it?
Hmm?
Not at launch. Not at launch.
That's
If
not what I want to hear.
if it's not backwards compatibility, I'm not gonna buy it at launch because there's still a lot of games that I want to play that's for the Switch, and if you're not going to offer me backwards compatibility, then that just makes it more important for me to hold on to the Switch and play all the games that's there. Because I guarantee you that when the new Switch comes out or whatever it's called, they're not going to have that much games for it. There's still going to be plenty. Obviously, the original Switch is going to have far more games, and there's still games that I need to play. There's still games I need to beat. So there's really no big incentive for me to have a new Switch unless a really big title comes out for it. Like it has to be something like crazy. Like I don't know, maybe I wouldn't say another Zelda game, but let's say
Well, we know what's up. We know the franchise they have that sell. It's Mario, Zelda, Smash Bros.
a Mario Kart.
Mario Kart. But people are not gonna go crazy over a new Mario Kart. I'm talking about games that will get you to buy a Nintendo Switch. Metro Prime 4 is one of them. Well, for the hardcore, yeah. For hardcore, Metro Prime 4 would definitely be it.
Okay. Now
I think Animal Crossing probably. I know Animal Crossing is a huge deal, but like, I think they will have backwards compatibility. I think it would be dumb for them not to have it, and I'll tell you why. If you're going to make another Switch, right? Let's say you're going to call it Switch 2, that thing needs to have backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
because I don't think you can talk to I don't think you can talk to a group of gamers who mobile gamers, right? And I think mobile gamers, you don't. Okay, I'll put it to you like this: you don't want what happened to the Wii U, what happened with the Switch 2.
Yeah,
and that was backwards compatible. But the problem is that a lot of people were confused by what the Wii U was.
Yes.
Because what Nintendo did was the stupid thing. All they did was market the screen. They didn't market the fact that it was a new console. They marketed the screen. And the screen looks like a peripheral for your Wii.
Mm-hmm.
So what you don't want market confusion. That's what you don't want. You don't want market confusion. And And if you have a tablet, if you're selling a new Switch tablet, you call it Switch 2. And you sit there and you ask them, and maybe some people may just assume, especially if they're still sticking with carts, if you just assume that thing will play your old Switch games and it don't, I see people getting really upset about it.
And they have every right to be. They have every right to be upset if you don't make it backwards compatibility, because once again, there's really no true incentive for me to buy a new console if it's not backwards compatible. There's a lot of the original Switch games are still in high demand. People still want to play them. People are still buying them. People are still buying these games. We're not talking about the Wii U here. We're talking about
And
the
also,
go ahead.
I was at GameStop yesterday. Those Nintendo games those at least the bangers still cost $60.
Which one?
Smash still costs 60. Mario Odyssey still costs 60. The first Wind Waker, not the first Zelda Breath of the Wild, cost 60. And you're gonna tell me without backwards compat, you buy that game on your new Switch and it don't work, bro? People are gonna get pissed. People are gonna get angry, and I think it should have backwards compatibility. It should.
Yeah. Do you think that it should be as powerful as the PS5, or do you think it's okay if it's as powerful as the PS4?
It's not. It's gonna be around PS4 power. At least it should. At least it should be. I think it should be more than that, but it probably will be around PS4, Xbox One power. It'll probably be around that.
Wait, you think it should be more powerful than the Xbox
Yeah,
or
it should.
PS4?
Yeah, it should.
Hmm.
Yeah, it should. Because, bro, like, come on, man. Like these games, like the amount of the game that's gonna come out with that's gonna come out, and somebody like Mortal Kombat 1. Can you really imagine that game being played on the Switch?
I see what you're saying.
Like, holy crap! Like, and they're and I don't know, man. Like I and obviously with the Microsoft deal, they're gonna come out with the new Call of Duty games. Assuming the direction that the Call of Duty games have been going on, yeah, the game not gonna run that well on Switch unless it's like completely downgraded graphically.
Yeah, I think to me, if they have the Switch and is only as powerful as the Xbox One and the PS4, I think I'm okay with that, because the Switch right now is only just a little bit more powerful than the PS3, just a little bit. And look how much it has sold. Look how beautiful the games still are. And look, frankly, regardless of how great these games that I have played, whether if it's God of not God of War, whether if it's Resident Evil, Street Fighter 6, and all the games that you have, with Horizon Zero and what else Gran Turismo, as great as these games look, we could still go back to the Switch and say, wow, Zelda still looks very impressive. Now it may not be as good as Horizon. It may not be as good as The Last of Us. Understood. But at the end of the day, if you could still somewhat satisfy your fan base with at least decent graphics and the games are still good, I don't really necessarily think they have to be in PS5 level. I think PS4 level is still just as good, as long as you still deliver good quality games. You don't think so?
I I see what you're saying, but you're talking to someone who's not as big of a Nintendo fan as you are, not even a little bit. I would like it if they went to a traditional console, even though I do have the Switch, and I like the Switch, but truth be told, it's the console I use the least. Partly because I don't have time to. I have so many games that came out this year that I've been playing, and so it's hard for me to play some of the other consoles, but it's the one I use the least.
Well,
So
to be fair, you just got it.
yeah, but I would have figured I would have used it more than my Xbox, but I don't.
Well, how many games do you have for it?
For the Switch,
Yeah.
I think I have 5.
What are the games? Can you name it at the top of your head?
Yeah. I have Smash. I have Mario Kart, which I don't play anymore. By the way, I only play the game online because I find the core game I find boring.
You mean the single player?
Yeah, I find that to
Why?
be boring. And I and,
Really?
and I played it at higher difficulty. That game's boring to me.
Well, hold on, hold on. No, wait, it's boring to you, but when you play online, it's not boring anymore.
At least I'm playing humans. I'm
I
playing
mean,
humans.
the gameplay is still the same.
It may be the same, but no, not really, because humans are more competitive than AI.
Well, that's true, but okay, all right. Well, what else you have?
I had this um I have this beat 'em up called Renegade. I think Furious Renegade or something like that. I'll get the name to it. I can do it right now. Hold on, let me read it. I haven't played that game in a while. I it's okay. But I bought it because it was cheap. But yeah. Oh, it's called the Takeover. I have that game. I have
The
Monopoly.
takeover,
Yeah, I have Monopoly on it, and I have Tetris 99, which is the game I play the most.
the takeover
Yeah.
for the Switch. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. And then I have the Super Nintendo Switch Online thing.
Okay,
So
okay.
like I have like 5 6 games on there, but it is the console I use the least.
Wow.
So
I mean, I'm shocked, but okay. I mean, yeah, you have all of these games. You say it's what you play the least. I mean, I understand. But real quick, I don't want.
mhm.
I know I'm going off topic. Real quick, I had said to a lot of people, and I'm going to ask you. I don't know if you ever remember playing. Well, I don't know if you have played Crash Team Racing before.
Yeah, I play it.
Oh, okay, have you played the single player mode?
I have the game. Yeah, I play single player.
Okay, well, I have always said that what Nintendo needs to do with the Mario Kart games is that they need to have a story mode on their single player. The same way how it's done with Crash Team Racing.
Yeah.
They need to have a tradition, not a, I shouldn't say traditional, but they should just pretty much have a nice story mode to where you do different missions, um, do different ways how to get through an arena or whatnot, or go through it to a track while you're racing.
Hmm.
Like I think it would be nice if they would just add a little bit, tweak here, tweak over there when it comes to the single player mode. Because all you really just do is just increase the difficulty on the single player mode now,
Hmm.
and it's always been that way with all of the Mario Kart games.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just the game just gets harder, and that's it.
And with Double Dash, like I've always said Double Dash is my second favorite Mario Kart game, and and the main reason why is because I play with my siblings. All 3 of us played,
Yeah,
and that was some of the most fun I ever had was playing with them.
yeah,
It wasn't really the single player that drew me in. It was really the, I guess you could call it, the multiplayer.
yeah,
But with I would say with the original, I can play that game. I can play that game today. I have a lot of fun with it by myself.
oh,
You
that's
know what I'm saying?
interesting.
Yeah. So yeah. So like I said, I don't think they're not gonna have. I think they will have backwards compatibility. I just think it would be stupid not to have it. At least for that market, I think it would be dumb. Especially if you're making something completely different, then it wouldn't, then I wouldn't, it wouldn't surprise me if they didn't have it.
Yeah,
But if you're gonna make something that's similar, it has to have backwards compatibility.
yeah,
Yeah,
and you know how much I care about game preservation. You know
yeah,
how much I care about how just because you have a new console, there's still going to be a lot of games that was available on your previous console that you still want to play, and And it to me, I just think having that feature is key to what will entice or encourage more people to buy your console. Because if I'm going to have to keep both, then I'm just going to hold on to the original console, and I could just wait to buy your new console later. Like I'm not going to be in a huge rush to buy a console if it's not backwards compatibility. That's important to me because now it feels like I have both in both worlds in one console, and then and that's just important to me. I'm looking forward to this new console. I cannot wait when it comes out because I want to see how it looks. I want to see how great the graphics are. I want to see what new gimmick are they going to introduce to this console because that's what Nintendo pride on. They always go for these weird gimmicks, and which I understand because they want to make their console different from the other two, which I get it. Like I completely understand that, and and in some occasions it's worked. So I'm looking forward to this new console if this rumor is actually true. But if it turns out to be false, I'll feel stupid talking about this.
No. Because I think we are at a point now where we need to see a new console from Nintendo. We have to.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
And they I think every console cycle, like 7 years to me is the perfect time to get to build a new console. 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you want to wait an extra year or so, then I'm cool with that. What I don't want is what happened with the PS3 and 360, where it took 10 years. They had a 10-year console cycle without nothing.
Yeah. I remember like you had a huge issue with that. Like you take USA had a big issue with that. Like you guys were like really like annoyed. I was shocked.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, we knew that these games were not. We knew that these games were struggling with these consoles, and it's time to move on. It was time to move on, and right now, when it comes to the Switch, I think it's time for them to move on.
Wow. Okay.
I think it's time because like I said, the graphically games are looking fine, but like, I mean, Breath of the Wild 2, I guarantee you that game would have benefited from a new machine. Because as good as the game looks, the game doesn't run that well. It doesn't run that well, and I'm interested. I would like to talk to Seafreak about it. I don't know I know he's been dealing with some stuff, but I would like to talk to him about it and see what his thoughts are. But I guarantee you that if that he would say the same thing, that it's time for Nintendo to build a new machine.
Well, that is an interesting conversation to have. I would definitely like to ask him to see what his thoughts are.
Yeah.
But my last take is if they don't make a console and they want to wait 8 years or 9 years or even 10, I'm okay with it. Only for the simple fact that there's so many games out there that we could still play now. And
you're willing to wait 10 years?
Yeah, I'm willing to wait 10 years. I'm willing to wait 10 years. The games, all of these games have been fantastic games, and again, they may not be as great as the PS5 or the Xbox games, or PC, obviously. But at the end of the day, if they're still good, if they're still tolerable, then Nintendo will be fine, and I'm fine. I'm still fine.
All right. Well, on that note, let's read some comments and get out of here. All right. So, Malta, we'll talk. Yeah, we'll talk to you. We'll talk to you later, man. Yeah, no, only one gaming topic.
We only Malta, peace, bro. Thank you so much. Oh, and by the way, everyone, can you all give us a quick like? I keep forgetting to say that in the beginning, but yeah, give us a quick like, and then you could share this podcast to everybody else. But yeah, Nolan, we only been having like just one topic in recent past. There are other topics I want to talk about, but I don't think they're really that huge of a topic, for us to have a huge discussion over it. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Like it's odd that Switch never dropped in price significantly. I mean, you're surprised by that, Nolan? Like the Wii U didn't drop significantly in price until like a year after the Switch came out. Like when the Switch came out, the Wii U was still What, $300? Ah,
I can't remember.
that's Nintendo for you, bro. That's Nintendo for you. Richard said they've been very successful with portable consoles, so I don't see why they wouldn't continue. That's true. Nolan,
And that is true, and this, which is why I don't understand why you, Hoovy 186, want to have a traditional console when a portable could still do the exact same thing what a traditional console could do.
I think if it was traditional, it would be stronger.
Okay.
Um, there'll be mod kits out to change the screen to OLED after release. Oh, you think they'll switch back to OLED? I don't think so. I think they're gonna stay with LCD. I think they're gonna stay. I think they're gonna stay with LCD
Hmm.
because I think they want to keep the cost low. Now you
Yeah,
could be right. Like again, you could be right, but I think they're gonna stick with LCD.
yeah, because they want to make a profit whenever these consoles sell. Like they don't want to do it as a loss, like Sony and Microsoft do.
Yeah. You said selling average of 20 million a year.
Yeah, that's big.
Richard said new games are key, better games are key. You said they would bomb hard. I guess he's talking about the backwards compatibility thing.
Oh yeah. Vicious. If that's what you mean, then absolutely. I would be highly disappointed. As a matter of fact, I'll be upset if the new Switch was not backwards compatibility. I'll be upset.
All right, so Nolan mentioned the two games that I mentioned. Um, and Richard said they need a new fighter and another RM collaboration game. RM. What does RM stand for? Vicious, when you give me a chance, remind me what RM stands for. What does it stand for? But he said they need a new fighter, and I don't know because like I said, Smash. I mean, Smash Ultimate is as much a Smash game as you can get, and like I said, I don't know what Sakuraba's plans are for the next Smash game, but we're not seeing that game for a while.
And I'm gonna also say this, Vicious. They've had. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know Hoobie don't really care about the Pokken game, um, but Pokken has been is a Pokemon game that so many people had always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have that, and now when you have Smash, I don't think Nintendo have the incentive to make another different fighting game now.
I actually think a Pokken 2, I wouldn't mind the Pokken 2. I just don't want them doing the behind the back perspective when it comes to the fighting. If they could keep it centered, one-on-one centered, I would absolutely hop on that game.
Would you mind if it was like Budokai? Because there's occasions sometimes depending on the angle the camera's behind you.
I like Budokai, but I don't know. I don't want Pokemon being that way. And I get it because they have flying Pokemon and stuff like that. I get it, but I just don't like the way that I saw gameplay of that game is like right behind the fight, like the characters at one point. And that I can't play that way.
Are you talking about Budokai?
No, I'm talking about Pokken.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. So no one said Harvest Moon 2023 edition and market it like Crossing. Well, here's the thing. Like Animal Crossing was a big deal. Now I'm not saying the game's not popular by itself, but I think what helped that game a lot is the pandemic.
Really?
Yeah, that's what helped that game because when the pandemic was going on, that's when I heard a lot of people talk about that game. Now, I think the next Animal Crossing game is going to do well. I don't know if it's going to do as well. But I think it'll do well. But I think what helped it the first time was the pandemic. Nolan said that he was confused about the Wii U. I wasn't confused by it, but I can see how people can be.
Yeah, I wasn't confused by it either. Like I knew exactly what it was,
Mm-hmm.
but especially the casuals, they had no idea what was going on. And And remember, even if they knew what it was, like let's say nobody wasn't confused by it, you would still have people been confused because they thought that you could take the tablet anywhere you want, like the Switch could do. People were also confused with that also. Like they assumed that with the Wii U, the screen that you could take it with you, like you can, with a regular phone or a tablet. And nope, you couldn't do that either.
No, no. There's lots of things that they did stupidly with that console, and that's why it failed.
Yeah, big time.
Um,
Even with all the games that the good games that were out for it, like it didn't matter.
yeah,
It did not matter.
and they ported all their major games to Switch anyway.
Yep.
So,
Yes, they did.
it feels like Nintendo wasted 5 years. Yeah, they did. He said classic game costs 100 to 180.
Wait, hold on. No, what do you mean by they wasted 5 years? When
Talking
you
about the
have a
Wii U.
chance,
The Wii U.
oh, okay, the Wii U. Okay, yeah, that was.
And yeah, you're right. But like, Smash Bros. Ultimate should be at least 40.
Oh, come on, dude, $40.
Yeah, it should be
With
40.
all the characters and all the work that they put into it, it could only be $40.
It should
Like,
be
come
40.
on.
You can make it 100 years down the line. But right now, it should be 40.
No, I think 50 is fair.
Oh yeah, and also, well, no, never mind. I don't want to mention it. Let me see. Have the new. Let me read this. Have the new console scan my amiibo.
Oh, the amiibos, I remember those. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That'll be it for comments because I do have to get ready for work. So
Yeah, Ruben. Yes, please, Ruben. Subscribe, like, and share.
Yeah.
If you like, we have to go, but if you could all share it, whether if it's Twitter, IG, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok, whatever it is that you guys have, that would be awesome. And we will continue to make more. And you mentioned started at 250. I mean, I no, that's not gonna happen. Like, there's never been a console that's going to start 250 like that. Like, I highly doubt it.
Non-Nintendo one.
No.
No. All right. So Nolan, thank you for watching. Ruben, thank you for watching. Vicious, thank you for watching.
Mm-hmm.
Malta, thank you for watching. Whitney, thank you for watching. Let me see what else. All right, Joe, thank you for watching. Retrospective Jay, thank you for watching. And is that it?
No, Rosemai.
Rosemai, thank you for watching, Rosemai. Critical Drop, thank you for watching. And yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like I said, we're gonna we'll be back next week. Hopefully we'll have more topics. Hopefully we'll be able to do it on a Monday. But that's on me. I have family stuff I have to deal with. But hopefully we'll have more topics. And yeah, man, thank you guys for watching.
Yeah, once again, I appreciate you guys' support, guys and girls. It's really always an honor to have you join us and partake in the chat. I think we definitely going to enjoy Hoovy going all crazy earlier on in this podcast. And for those of you that came late and missed it, you are going to have a time of your life seeing Hoovy go off on Dreamers Pro. But again, I'm not going to mention the other guys because I know that would just tick them off. But this was a good podcast overall. I enjoyed it. So look out for us next week. I will be posting, videos of this podcast like little by little. So keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on, for that. Like it also if you can. So this is the Traditionalist 101 signing out, and have a good one.
All right. 6. I think we have one more comment. Let me read that. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. You're welcome, boys. All right, Whitney. On that note,
appreciate you, Whitney.
Get out of here. So, what I'll do, I'll play the intro again as we kind of fade out of here. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Do that.
Yeah. So on that note, I'll talk to you guys later.